Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Good evening, everybody. We're in, right? We're in? That was the affirmative? Okay, beautiful. Good evening, everyone. You're looking absolutely beautiful and bloodlusty today. It's so wonderful to see you. Welcome back to Iron Valor, the wild beyond the Witchlight. If it's your first time joining us, thank you so much for joining us. Please come again. We enjoy your company. And otherwise, if you've been here for a while, welcome back, our beloved blood gods. All right, I'm gonna run over a little bit, if you are new here, about what I'm talking about, and then I'll jump a little bit into partner announcements and that kind of things before I drag you kicking and screaming into the lands of Yana. So, if you are in chat for the first time, you might notice that you are currently gaining a thing called VALOR tokens down at the bottom of the chat. Those should be racking up. You should be flush with coins. VALOR tokens can be used during the game to grant players luck and the party blessings and me curses, which is very rude. You should all love me very much. I try to be kind to you. I try to offer you the blood of the players, and you spit in my face with these curses. I don't know what you want from me. You gain VALOR tokens by just watching the stream, and if you use the command point commands, you can see ways that you can influence the game. All right, but before we actually jump into the game proper, I'm gonna do some shout outs to the beautiful folks who partner with us and get us onto your screens this evening. All right, first of all, happy Pride Month. Shout out to our partners, the gays. We love you all. I mean, I love myself, obviously, but also all the other gays. Happy Pride Month. Congratulations to you. We have a snonk pride emoji that you can use in chat. It's a little heart that's a pig nose, that's a rainbow, everything you could ever want. Otherwise, I also want to give a shout out to Joint Chiropractic. With all the stress of fighting monsters, even adventurers need adjustments. To keep the magic flowing, visit one of the Joint Chiropractic's 700 nationwide clinics, where they aim to provide affordable and convenient chiropractic care to all communities. Answer the call to adventure and get your first examination, consultation, and adjustment for only $29. Also want to give a shout out to 9 Realms Gaming. Shout out to you guys. They create top-notch gaming accessories from the finest woods this realm has to offer. Visit www.9realmsgaming.com and use our exclusive partner code LYRE10, that's LYRE10, to get 10% off at 9realmsgaming.com. Also want to shout out Mythroll Armory. They create unique TTRPG items for everyone to enjoy on their adventures. You can grab their Tin 20 and their D&D graphic tees on their website now at mythrollarmory.com. Mythroll is like myth and then roll, MYTHROLL, mythrollarmory.com. And then I want to shout out Tabletop Audio for the ambiance and the music that we use from time to time. All their audio is amazing and completely free to use in your own games. But please consider supporting Tim on Patreon so he can continue to make amazing sound sets. We and LURK currently support him, and we encourage you to do so as well. Check him out on tabletopaudio.com. That link should also show up in chat. Let's see. I think the only other thing... Oh, I want to shout out Talespire, which is the virtual tabletop that we use. So you're going to see some beautiful buildings done tonight. That was created by members of the Talespire community who share their stuff on the Slabs archive. I will make sure to shout out the person that I actually got this fantastic build from. But all the music and ambiance and sound effects and building that you see tonight is from Talespire. So if you're looking for a virtual Talespire, definitely check out. If you're looking for a virtual tabletop, definitely check out Talespire. I said that right. I totally said that right. I feel really good about it. Otherwise, final shout out is to us. Hi. If you want to follow us on social media, you can use Command Socials to check out Ink and Lyre on all of our official social channels. Or if you want to follow the cast, there is me. My name is Deanna. There's also Dylan, James, Zach, Max, Raina, and Danny. You can check us out using Command Ironcast and follow us all individually, or just your favorite. None of the rest of us will feel sad and abandoned at all. If you only follow your favorite, it's okay, we don't mind. Anyway, I think that's all that I have to rant and rave about before I pick you up gently in my arms like a pieta of Mary and Jesus, and I pass you off into Dylan, who will comb your hair behind your ear and carry you gently into the Feywild. Isn't that right, Dylan?
That's right. That's right. Come with me, children.
Hello.
Sorry, the 3, 2, 1 came in the middle of me saying, I'm going to be trying to kick your ass as hard as possible. So I do feel a little guilty coming in on that one. But hi, welcome back. Welcome to Yawn.
Deanna said she was going to be very mean to us, so help.
Well,
what else is new?
Gentle, loving way. Sometimes, you know, spare the rod, spare the child. Is that how to spoil the child? You know, that whole thing. Let's not get into that, actually. That's depressing.
As you said in your own words, you're going to be extremely mean this session.
Yeah. But let's fill us in on what brought us to this point. You are currently in the lands of Yawn, which is a pocket of the Feywilds. You are in a land called Prismere, which has been split between the 3 witch siblings into the lands of the present, the past, and the future. When working your way through hither, the land of the present, you guys decided to strike a deal with the witch there, and then you got some groovy stuff out of that. Some of you seem happy with your choices, some of you seem less happy with your choices. When moving through the lands of the past, you decided to eviscerate the witch Scabatha just because she happened to have maybe enslaved a bunch of children and possibly ruined several of your lives. However, on your voyage through these lands of behest of the Witchlight Carnival and also your own personal stories, you have found your way to the land of Yawn, land of the future, a great dark mountaintop, at the peak of which is the Motherhorn, an enormous amphitheater that houses, as you know, Endlin, the witch of the future. One of you might or might not have a warlock pact with this woman, but that's not the topic of conversation at this moment. The topic of conversation, so you're recently pursued by a very large bird up the side of this peak. Most of you got inside the building, into a dark hallway, door slamming. Some of you had a harder time getting in or decided to stick with those who had a more difficult time getting in. 3 of you. That is Alistair, Lotus, and Lotus's little brother, Sasha, who couldn't quite do the splits well enough to perform enough for the door that demanded a performance. I've decided instead to make friends with the bird and to find another entrance with the bird who they have named Angel, the rock-sized crow. Find another entrance elsewhere. I'm going to check in with you guys in just a moment. But first, everybody else, hopefully, I know some of you are having difficulty getting into the map yourself, but the rest of you should be in this little open-end chamber here, which I do realize is very dark. I'm aware. I'm going to, even though this is a land of absolute darkness and all that, I am going to bring the lights up so that I can see a little bit and to let you guys see as well. Just know.
You flipped the light switch, right?
I'm turning the lights on so that we can use the map without getting lost. Those of you who are inside are in the complete pitch blackness. You can reach along beside you and see that there are walls on either side that appear to be made out of a cool, dark stone. I believe last time I left off, you guys were kind of working your way down the walls, feeling along, figuring out where you were going. I believe one of you had seen at the end of the hallway here, or in this corner here, some small glint as though reflecting off a pair of eyes, just standing there, nothing to be concerned about. Would you guys like to continue searching the walls? You're in complete darkness. Those of you with dark vision can see that you're in a hallway, but not a lot else.
Yes. Can I please have investigation with advantage?
Oh, can you elaborate on why?
Because I have a third hand. It's called my mage hand, and I'm also reaching around for that too.
Okay, are you just searching, what are you looking for? Are you just searching for what's going on in here?
Yes, like anything I can touch.
All right, go ahead and roll me investigation with advantage, sure.
Okay. All right. 18.
18? Oh, absolutely. As you kind of are like, are you just hitched up in the middle of the hallway, or are you up against a wall and you have the other hand?
Is it narrow enough for me to like Like,
You got real short arms. I would say with the extra foot out of your mage hand, you could be against one arm and have the...
well, Snood's really good at climbing, so I think Snood's like climbing up the wall and feeling around with all four like hands and feet, and also the mage hand and also their tail.
Beautiful. Yes, they're working their way across there. I think the first thing that you would find with your 18 is that pretty close to the entrance, it appears that the hallway does twist and turn a little bit and move around. With your hands and feet as you're clambering along this wall, you do find pretty immediately that there seems to be some sort of set of velvet curtains that hang down pretty immediately in front of you. Very thick. They don't move the way the velvet curtains would. They're kind of weighted down the way that theater curtains are, but very sturdily down. And there appears to be some kind of engraved writing above it. And your mage hand seems to have found something on the other side of the hallway that it's kind of bapping next to. And you can kind of see with that high investigation, you can see that it appears to be covering whatever glinting is on the other side, just repeatedly doing this to whatever eyes are over there.
And I feel what the sign says.
Yeah, absolutely. With an 18, you can almost like braille it out a little bit. It is in common. It's written out. It just says, "Not yet."
What's not yet mean?
Is it?
Not now, like,
Yeah,
what?
Well, yeah, but like, what's it mean now? Like, for this?
it doesn't mean anything now.
Maybe they're not open yet.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's a sign. Can somebody go
Something on
see
the
what?
backside?
Can I flip it?
I mean, it is a sign, right?
The engraving seems to be like attached to the wall.
Flip the wall.
You can try to flip the wall.
I feel behind it. Can somebody go see what my mage hand is hitting?
Where is it?
Over there, with that light
You
thing.
can hear a plap, 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 plap.
I'm
sound
going
of
over.
something.
I
Do you
can't
have
see in
dark
the dark.
vision?
Nope.
You can't see the dark?
I cannot see in the dark.
Should I maybe like make something glow, or is everyone fine just stumbling around in the dark?
I mean, I can see. Wait, people with dark vision see?
You can see a little bit. Yeah, it would seem very dim, and you can see what you're looking at here. You can dimly see what you were reaching out there. You can see that there are curtains and that you're in a hallway, but...
I mean, I can see, but Vincent only has one eye, so maybe you should make something glow.
Yeah, for the people who can't see in the dark.
All
Can't see.
right. She'll like tap her glaive on the ground twice and making cast light on it.
Alright. Vincent, were you making your way over to where the pap 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 sound was while this was turning on?
Yeah.
As the lights turn on with your glaive, it's beautiful prismatic rainbow across the wall, glittering and beautiful. You see that the mage hand is visible, right? Is it just like a spectral hand? Yeah, spectral goblin hand seems to be on the face of another little Vincent. It's very close to you, just looking directly back at you as you move towards it.
So, is it?
Another little
Mirror
rabbit
me.
folk with the splotch and the ears.
Are you okay? You're not gonna talk? Guys, I found a rabbit.
Yeah, that's you.
Are you sure it's me?
Is it another rabbit?
I don't know.
I'll go over.
Poke it with the mage hand.
Okay, poke.
Do you poke it with your real hand or with the mage hand?
With the mage hand.
Poke it with the mage hand.
It's-
Are you heading over to it?
Yeah.
Alright. As you come closer to it and you stand beside Vincent, goblin hat.
That doesn't look like a rabbit, Vincent. That looks like a goblin.
Wait, does it look exactly like us?
Looks
Like-
exactly like you.
Wait, is this a mirror? This is just me.
You can move around this creature. It appears to be exactly your size, height, and it just stands there, blinking
Oh,
at
Nora.
you.
Come over here.
Wait, that means you can look at your own butt.
Right, yes. Nora comes
That's a
over,
good
holds the
idea.
glaive over them, so like an overhead light, so they can see.
As you move over, put the glaive over. Beautiful satyr woman, full shining suit of armor.
Nora, look at your own butt. Turn around.
Wait, what? Okay. She'll like turn to the side.
We just thought it was funny.
Alright. I suppose it could be
I
funny.
think it wants to follow
It
it.
wants. It's waving us.
Okay.
You're waving us over.
Let's follow it then. I mean, it's
bad
us.
feelings.
We wouldn't mislead ourselves, would we?
Some of us might.
What? You absolutely would.
Me?
Yes.
Maybe, but let's go. Let's see what happens.
You hear from the side of the hall that's to your right at this point, just through the one wall, the stirring of. It sounds almost like an orchestra starting up, a very long, low cello note, and the beginning of some like dirge-like string quartet muffled through the walls on your right.
Is that where it's urging us towards that room?
It seems to be bringing you down the hallway.
I think we're like backstage, guys. I think this is where all of the performers are.
What do you think is leading us?
Wait, they don't think we're performing, do they?
Maybe they do.
And we had to entertain to get back here. Why wouldn't we be performers?
Yeah, it's like
That's
an
a good
audition.
It's just the last time we at least had time to practice, and I don't even have lines. What am I supposed? Nora just like begins having an anxiety attack about something no one has asked her to do yet.
The
Maybe
little Nora
Yeah,
with the
right.
just completely blank smile turns around as it's leading you down the hall and goes,
That's not helping at all.
It's okay, Nora. Putting on a play off the cuff is just not hard at all. We've done it once before. It's easy, you know. Don't worry.
Yeah, you could just read your pamphlet and I'll eat churros and Vincent, you can jump
I
and,
can jump.
and Bo can do what
That's
Bo
good.
does.
Well, I mean, I suppose nothing terrible will happen if we get booed off the stage, right?
True.
Yeah, except if we die.
You don't think they kill us if they don't like us, right?
I don't see why not.
Hey.
I think we can probably take them. We've killed 2 witches now.
Hey,
One
mirror
witch.
me. Do they kill us if we are bad? Oh god, they're gonna kill us. They're going to kill us.
Oh.
They want us to die.
and she leads you to the end of this hallway here. Do you guys follow her all the way down, or
Is there any other like things in the doors other than music?
there doesn't appear, it appears the only other than there appears to be light spilling in at the end of this hallway that's very dim and glowing and soft and candlelit. But the only other door-shaped thing you've seen so far is those velvet curtains that said "not yet" over the top.
Can I hang back and peek through those curtains?
Sure, give me an athletics check.
Oh.
You love those.
1.
One. Okay. The curtains feel like that nice stage velvet, right? And they kind of, when you move your hand over them, they ripple like normal fabric. But when you try to part them in any way, it's like pulling on cement. They are immovable.
Hey, everyone, we should try to pull these back.
Okay.
Sure, why not?
Okay, sure.
It'll keep me from thinking about maybe having to do something in front of people. Let's go.
Okay, if Vincent holds on to me, and then Nora holds on to Vincent, and Bo holds on to Nora, it should work.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey.
Like a
Yeah,
tug of war.
So it's like that's like 3 advantages, right? You got this.
It's a single advantage. You would like to roll athletics.
I think Nora's really strong. You should do it, Nora.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, what was it? Athletic strength?
It is an athletics check, yeah, with advantage because you have a Scooby-Doo gang of people grabbing you by the waist.
Roll the dice. Hold on.
And maybe if we don't succeed, we could kick the curtains.
What'd you get, Miss Nora?
Words are confusing as well. There we go.
Oh no.
Shit.
Oh,
How high is it?
no.
Oh no.
I got an 11.
An 11. Okay. Okay. So you do with an 11, like you get your fingers in there between the curtains, like you seem to be able to fold them back, like curtains, and you can feel them giving in a little bit, and you can hear the music a little bit louder, like spilling through that tiny little gap, and you can see faintly glimmering lights on the other side, grease paint lights. And then you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as the curtain slams shut on your fingers, and glowing above the door, not yet.
That's where the music's coming from?
Looks like it.
Alright, now I'm interested. I'd like to take out my butcher knife and kind of like cut a little piece of this curtain off. Alright, there's a show on the other side. I'd like to sneak a peek. Maybe put an addition. Maybe it's not too late to change roles or something, Let's
Make me make me a regular attack roll with
attack roll?
with your weapon. It's not to see if it hits. It's just
Okay.
how effective you're being with this weapon.
That's going to be 19.
19?
Yeah.
Okay, you're able to, it feels a little bit like molding out of clay. It's like you are managed to shave off a section of the curtain, and you have some curtain, and you watch it.
Oh!
Everybody make me a perception check.
Oh dear.
Oh, I have disadvantage on perception, right? Because of the
Because
exhaustion.
you're exhausted.
That's 20 and a 5.
A 5.
5,
17.
17?
21.
21.
8.
Well, I think it's Vincent and Nora who notice. First, they turn over their shoulders as you guys are desperately trying to get open, and you see a tall, beautiful centaur man in a billowing cloak with his hair glowing in an invisible breeze, going about, like, maybe an inch behind Bo, going. Looks exactly like Bo.
Hey, Bo, it's you! Maybe we
It's
should
a
just
bow.
follow.
Is this
Bobo.
is your goblin from before?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
handsome.
except it's not, it's you.
It still wants us to go somewhere.
Yeah, we can't go through this curtain, and it keeps, foiling our plans. So we should just follow these people.
Alright, I guess.
And maybe we'll find Lotus and Alistair too.
Hopefully
So-
they're all right.
They got a bit of
I'm
work with them,
ready.
they're fine.
I'm gonna get you guys to the next area, and then I will check in on them. So, if you follow this very handsome centaur down this hallway, you will find, if you look to your left, spilling out that little bit of light here into this hallway, this softly flickering candlelight as the dirge continues to your right, it's just an open archway leading into a very large room. It's a large hall lined with bookcases upon bookcases. All it seemed to be, or at least almost all the books inside seem to be the same black leather binding, all stacked very neatly along the rolls. Those rolling kind of ladders seated in there. There's some overstuffed armchairs and tables and seats. And you can see kind of puttering around, some of them with little like library carts where you return books, some of them up on the ladders, one of them in an overstuffed armchair. There are these dark featured fae creatures, quite tall, like 5.5 feet tall, which is tall for a lot of the fae, with long pointed ears, grayish dark skin, pointed noses, glasses low on their nose. And as you guys I assume you just come into vision and follow it down. Look over their glasses, back into their books, and it's very hushed in there and quiet. It appears you
Looks
stumbled
really
across a
boring.
library.
What else is there?
I guess we'll take a look at the books, I guess.
I mean, we're not here to read.
But you're not here to
Could be
read.
here
This
to
this
read.
is a witch's room, you know?
Could be
Someone
something
with your knowledge to read.
Witches don't read. They cast spells.
Where do they learn their spells?
Those things aren't mutually exclusive.
Hey!
I'm gonna go over and poke one of the people.
Yes.
Where are we exactly? Excuse me!
Poke.
Yes.
Where are we? I don't think you heard me the first time.
You're in the Motherhorn. Thank you.
Are we backstage?
Well, are you on stage?
What?
Well, if you're not on the stage or in the audience, where do you think you are?
Backstage?
I'm gonna go check in with Lotus and Alistair and Angel and Sasha. You guys are kitted up outside while Snugaf carefully considers their options. You're kitted up outside with this enormous, gargantuan black corvid, fluffed wings, enjoying a good scritch from Sasha. How are you guys setting this up flight-wise? Are you fitting all your boys on there? How's this boy cruise going?
Yeah, what are we doing with all the boys?
Well, it's quite simple. I'm gonna do whatever the door says to do, and I'm gonna do the opposite. So if the
What?
door says to perform the enter, I'm instead just not going to enter through that door and find somewhere else.
Okay, so you want everybody to load up on an Angel?
Yeah, I thought Angel might be able to, fly me through the pearly gates.
I think that's a good idea. We could get an overhead view of everything, probably.
Yeah, totally.
Maybe find a better way in.
Maybe,
not a trap.
I hear there's performing here. Maybe he can do some performing.
You think Angel is a good performer?
Yeah, I've heard he performs murder quite well.
I look up at Angel.
Sasha's giving him a good scritch on her neck and going,
Sure he does if he needs to. But let's. Angel, are you okay with us riding you for a little while? Oh, you can't understand me, can you? Cool. All right. I'm gonna try and get on him and see if this will work.
roll
Because
me
we
some
don't know.
animal handling.
Can I help?
think you guys, is it, oh yeah, absolutely.
I do have animal friendship on him.
I'm gonna use minor illusion. I'm gonna put like a fish on a stick out of his reach.
Like attached to him.
Yeah, like I'm on his back with this illusionary stick with an illusionary fish on it, like I'm guiding him with it.
Okay.
Birds like fish, right?
Roll me animal handling with advantage to get in position on the indeterminate gendered bird. There was a long discussion before today's session started about how you can tell the gender of a bird. This bird's name is Angel, and their gender is bird.
You know what? That's fair.
Sounds good.
That'll be a 23.
23. Oh yeah, with scritches on the neck. Are you just doing full Legolas? Like, how are you getting up?
Yeah, I'm gonna get up like above where his wings connect and like kind of right next to his neck and kind of add some scratches there. Be like, okay, there you go, easy.
Sasha's gonna get up kind of in front of you so that he has a firm grip on the neck. And then, Alistair, you get it up behind with your illusory fish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I got my fish.
you-
I'm dangling it where I want him to go. It's simple, really.
And you've got Jeffrey, Alexander, and Cradlefall, are they all riding behind you? How are you? Are they floating on the tail? Are you bringing all your children? Is the question.
I think they went to the door.
Do they all
Your
perform?
children
Yeah.
left you.
I think I asked my children to perform, and you let them
Yeah, I
roll to
think he
perform,
sent
and then they
them-
went through
yeah,
the
he sent
door.
them ahead.
Okay.
Oh. Okay, cool.
beautiful.
Well, that makes this a lot easier.
Okay, great. Then you also have, at some point, that creepy puppet in the hallway did turn into a very large lily pad, and you guys got to witness that. I apologize for missing that.
Alexander will remember this.
Alexander will remember. All right, so you guys set off, hitch into the sky, great black wings billowing out with your fish guiding mechanism. I'm gonna say with that high animal handling check, and with the fish, and with the fact that this bird likes you very much, you have a pretty decent chance at maneuvering him around. Where you guys, I don't know how well you guys can see the whole map at this point. I don't know where you guys
I got a pretty good vantage on it. I'm outside. I'm looking.
Yeah. Are you, is your plan to like do a perimeter sweep? What's your first concept?
Yeah, I think that'd be the easiest, just to try and get a feel for flying a massive bird. We'll go around and we'll see what there is to be seen. Look for a good entrance.
There's a lot of wind. There's a decent amount of bug in the face happening. And there's some, like learning curve of how exactly to use the fish to steer. But it is working. It's just the, how do I maneuver this guy? So the first couple of minutes are pretty jerky. Are you looking, would you like to do a perception check to see kind of the lay of the land that you get from up here? Yeah.
For
Do
sure.
you guys want to do separate or give somebody advantage? What would you like to do?
Is perception?
Yeah.
I instead like to help him.
You want to help me out? Okay, cool. I'm gonna use guidance on myself as well.
Okay.
So, here we go. That's a lot of dice. Okay. The 27?
A 27.
Yeah.
Alright.
I got to add 2 d4s to that because of my character and my spell, so that's cool.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. So as you are gliding on the back of Angel, this enormous black terror of the sky,
love him.
you're jerky for a couple of seconds, but you start to crest higher and you have a good view of the entirety of Motherhorn. Motherhorn appears to be a great, mostly wood and some stone structure built out of the side of this peak. There are some open areas you can see kind of below you immediately. There's a very large, kind of open to the sky auditorium, kind of arena almost, where there seems to be an audience laid out in rings, and a stage area where you can dimly see some small performers. Again, it's very dark. There are a lot of lights glaring down on the stage, and you're quite far above it, so you can make out some of it. You can see that there appears to be a little quartet warming up and going, and this wafting their music upwards. With a 27, if you try to coast any lower to get a closer view of anything, there comes a certain point where straight up the bird will not go any lower. It feels like you can see him kind of going into a diving position to try to get closer to the auditorium space, and it's just flattening out. It's like you reach to the edge of a map in a video game where it's just like, no, not yet.
I see.
Otherwise, you can see further closer to the peak itself, but there are some jutting turrets and walkways that have some dim light coming from inside of them. There are areas that, as the great dark sky is like half covered by clouds, in a very, I want to say Victor Frankenstein kind of fashion, but I've never actually seen the old Frankenstein movie, but it's how I've always imagined it. Occasionally there will be a beam of lightning and thunder across the sky, and it all seems to coalesce into a specific point inside the building a little bit further back. But it appears that the lightning comes randomly. I don't know how long you guys are coasting around, but it seems to happen every 30 seconds to like 2 minutes, then 5 seconds. It doesn't seem to have any kind of rhyme or reason to when that lightning is coming. Is there anything specific that you're looking for?
So you said there's a bunch of lightning coming in and like hitting those balls up there, or the tips?
Let me see. Hitting the balls.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's all these lightning rods
Areas
everywhere.
where it hits those peaks precisely. And there seems to be a lot that focuses in, you can see the tallest point where it seems to almost, there's a certain point in the sky when there seem to be 1, 2, 3 lightning bolts that all kind of coalesce and spiral down into that one point in the top.
Mm-hmm.
And then it all goes dark for a while.
I see. Okay. What do you think, Alistair? Should we try and get close to where we think they might be, or should we go for a little bit of a tour?
Hear me out. Do we have anything rubber?
What?
The plan is simple,
We
my
know
man.
what rubber is.
I just said it, didn't I? I
guess it makes sense now. Yeah, okay.
You have a JanSport, you know what rubber is.
Okay, that's
I
fair.
know what a
Yeah.
Subaru is. Come on, I don't know what rubber
You know what a
is.
Subaru, rubber, and Gatorade are. I will not deny you.
That
Rubber.
reminds me, I'm gonna take out my Subaru keys and like click the buttons, see if anything happens.
Actually, nothing happens.
Actually, I'm glad you did.
Alright, I'll put it back
Actually,
away.
something does happen when you're kind of casting your eyes around. I need Alistair to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I'm good at those. Oh my god, 19.
Oh, thank God.
Okay, interesting. Thank you. What were you guys talking about?
I was
we
talking
were-
about putting rubber on this antenna so it no longer conducts lightning.
You wanna... I mean, we could just, like, destroy it too, right?
I mean, I guess, yeah, that's another...
Just
yeah.
snap it off.
Seems less smart, but you
But
brutes.
we don't have... Do you have that much rubber?
I don't know. Just break it.
Pretty
Yeah,
big
get the rock to
antennas.
break it. I mean, if Angel gets hurt, I mean, we don't really care, right?
I mean, Angel has a lot of hit points.
Alistair, make me an athletics check.
Oh, my athletics! I'm about to get bucked off. I got a 5.
5?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You need to throw Sasha off the bird right now.
What the fuck?
Gotta throw Sasha off.
Yeah.
All right, well. What's the
An
best- what's
athletics
the-
check?
One second, I gotta look at the best way to.
Yeah, Sasha failed the opposed athletics check.
Oh.
And you failed your wisdom save. Throw that kid off that bird.
Throw that kid off that bird.
Yep.
Just physically, am I strong enough?
He's between... I'm between him and...
Lotus, you can absolutely have a reaction.
What the fuck are you doing? Elbow him.
I'm in the middle of a suplex.
On a bird?
Yeah, but instead of the ground here, they're hitting the ground down there.
Wouldn't that involve you taking him
Yeah,
down
you got
with
it.
you as a suplex?
Yeah.
So wait, you are throwing yourself around Lotus and just
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm about to grab him by the waist and just like back break, boom, and like throw him off the edge.
Lotus, you have a reaction. You can choose to attack Alistair, but it will not prevent Sasha from being thrown off of Angel. And Alistair,
the-
as soon as this happens, you're like, oh no. I mean, I don't know how Alistair feels about throwing Sasha off of it, but you are immediately completely in control of your own actions afterwards.
Well, how... He's honestly... I think he's in shock from what the fuck just happened. His initial reaction is to... like, dig his heels into Angel and try and go save his brother? Probably
So when
screaming a lot of
Sasha
profanities.
suplexed off the back of the bird, there's just a, oh, and then just silent, just roll me an animal handling check to try to get this bird in position.
That's yes. Okay, that's 25.
25, excellent. Alistair, what are you doing?
Can I observe if I have silver threads coming from me?
You want to check if you have silver threads or if Sasha has silver threads?
Both.
Okay, you can make me a perception or an arcana check. As you are kind of sitting there on the back of the bird, looking around, as Lotus is just wheeling Angel around, swooping
Screaming
underneath
many
Sasha. Let me do a check
profanities.
real quick. Yeah, Sasha just kind of assumes a kind of balled up position and just kind of lands and starts to roll off the side of the bird again, but latches onto the side. It's kind of hanging on by the front of the neck of Angel. Just
It's okay. I've got you. I've got you. I'll pull him up.
I rolled a 23 on Arcana.
23 for an arcana check. For a split second, as you are being whirled through the air in pitch darkness, you just threw a child off a bird several hundred feet in the air. You can see small silver threads seem to come from your arm, but they don't reach towards the sky the way they normally did. They seem to reach downwards towards the amphitheater. And you can almost follow that silver thread further into the building.
Cool. All right, so you're probably wondering why I did that.
What the fuck did you just do?
Did I? Was that a cool, fun trick?
No, it was not.
So what happened, right, is I think Sasha tried to throw me, and then I stopped it with my impressive strength, and then won, so I then threw them, but against our wills. You see, I've just learned important intel. Important
intense
intel.
rage.
Oh, calm emotions. Cast it.
You actually casting that on me? What do I have to do?
You make a charisma saving throw.
I've lost.
You lost? Okay, you're calmed. You're calm. Suppress that anger.
Yeah, that's an 11. How does that do?
Yeah, you lost.
Okay.
You're now charmed. You're charmed by me. I could have chose frightened, but
that might not be good for the person driving.
So you're now charmed, and you're now way calmer than you once were. Now they got your attention. I've just learned the great intel that these threads go directly to the witch, and that I think she can do a little bit more with them while we're here. That's why we just had a battle to the death on top of this bird. And I think we should expedite our process of getting inside on flat ground.
I need to see what being charmed does to me real fast.
I mean, I just do want to put forward. I'm not mad, but I don't think that I tried to throw you off the bird.
Oh, you didn't?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Oh.
I don't think he did either.
I don't think you meant to either.
I don't think he did anything, and then you just try and throw him off.
No. I combated him with an athletics check.
Yeah, to throw him off of the bird.
And he failed. His weak scarecrow arms.
Opposed athletics is a grappling check.
Fuck.
He didn't come at you.
Whatever, dude.
Is he gonna tackle him? Oh my god.
I'm partially upset that Sasha failed a 5.
Yeah.
I want to specify roll-wise. Sasha's role was to resist being thrown off the bird, not to try to throw you off.
Oh, I thought we were having thought we were trying to throw each other. I thought I just came out on top. I thought I just.
Over a child. Good job.
You take what you can get here. 2-time fairy champ, 2-time child champ.
I just want to say that you're very lucky your children weren't on this bird, because originally I had in my notes all caps Jeffrey, and he wasn't here.
You want to suplex Jeffrey off?
I feel like Jeffrey would win though.
Yeah, Jeffrey's winning that without a doubt.
Jeffrey would stab Sasha and throw him off.
Wait, no. I think he was talking about... Hang on a minute. Okay.
So maybe we should start guiding this bird to that opening in the roof.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Unless you think they keep the windows unlocked.
Maybe. I mean, there's lots of balconies.
As you guys kind of steer angel who's just merrily going closer to these openings here. You can see that there's a couple areas. There seem to be some. Tailspire will let me see it with the walls up. Thank you. There's a large window-like opening in the highest tower, and then there are some slightly easier landing zones. On the right side, there seems to be some kind of balcony that comes out in 2 layers there. On the left side, their lower balcony is open, but the upper balcony is... I could not put this on Tailspire because things were being interesting, but the left topmost balcony is completely covered in fine dark fabric, beautiful lace, a canopy. It appears to be closed for business. But there are a couple areas there, and there even appears to be a sort of landing runway here between the 2 turrets, between the lightning
There's a
rods.
Oh yeah, I see it. It's like a little rampart.
Yeah.
Oh, like on the very top there. Okay, I see. Is there a way to go in from the ramparts?
This roof, I think.
Yeah, if you are coming down in the landing zone there, then you would have to do some fancy scaling to actually get, let me see. Yeah, to actually get down to the balconies. But you can also aim just to land in the balcony or to have Angel.
Yeah, because it's either between I try and do animal handling and guide us, which I'm really good at, or we all fall and die because none of us are good at dex.
Well, it looks like the lower left balcony is closest to our friends, I would hope, unless
That
this
one's the one
door
that's blocked
goes
off,
somewhere
right?
else. No,
Oh,
the
you mean
top
the lower left.
Yeah, top left. But lower left would technically be closest to our friends, I think, unless this door opens up to somewhere else completely.
I guess we'll just have to find out. Can he even go that low towards the amphitheater?
I think he can.
Can we?
I think he can drop us off at any of the balconies. She said.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you can. I'm seeing where that lower balcony connects to real fast so that I know where you are.
Okay. Yeah, I think that would probably be the best bet. You don't want to be too far from them.
All right. Lotus, could you roll me an animal handling check? It's going to be a low DC because it looks like he can skirt himself through that way. And then Dylan, can you roll me another wisdom save, please?
Please stop.
Roll another wisdom save. The 18 I rolled didn't even save.
26.
Wait, I got a 19 again.
A 19 total?
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know. I'll check in with you guys in just a moment, but for now, I will let you know that beautiful angel kind of... It's difficult to wedge himself in there because it looks like his wing literally can't get any closer to the amphitheater. Wiggles his way in there, does that little bird hop to get you guys into the balcony, lowers his little head. Sasha scurries off quickly and gets himself into the little balcony. And Alistair, you want to drop calm emotions. You don't feel like now is a good time to have that spell up. And I will check with you guys in just a minute.
Sorry, what? I'm sorry.
So what happens when that goes down? DM that to me real fast. Talk.
All right, kids. So for the 4 of you who are currently in the library, Snudgath is all up in the face of a Darkling Elder, a dark Feywild creature who is sitting in an armchair with one of these large dark books. The rest of you, I'm not sure where you're at. Are you just letting Snudgath does what he do and explore the library itself?
Oh, I want to talk to some of these guys too.
Okay, absolutely. There's one of them who's kind of rolling through on one of the bookcases. There's one that's carting around one of those little library carts, and then there's the one who's kind of sat down with Studgach going, "Where are we?"
Alright, Sid can have his fun with that one. I want to talk to one of the ones rolling the library carts. So are you preparing for a show back here? This is backstage, right? We're the performers.
Yes, in a way, this is backstage, I suppose you could say that, yes. And we're always preparing for a show.
What's the next show?
Oh, constantly.
Constantly. There's something going on right now.
Are you hard of hearing, my child?
Do I hear music? I hear the music coming from the thing. Okay. Who's in charge of the show? There's usually a showrunner. It's more, the shows I've been to are more hellish than what's going on right now. Y'all seem pretty chill over here.
Oh, thank you. Well, this is, of course, the Bitter Ends Theatre.
Mm-hmm. This, do I know what that means? The Surrends Theater?
The Bitter End.
The Bitter End Theater.
You can make inferences if you like. You can make an insight check if you want.
Sure, let me make an insight check with disadvantage because I hate myself.
What happened to that band that we
17,
took?
all right.
Oh my god, you have so many NPCs with you.
We have a lot of NPCs with us.
There's the band is standing in the hallway going, okay.
Like, man, these guys couldn't even open a curtain.
They appear to be having some kind of whispered conversation with each
Yeah, I
other
forgot
back
about
in the little
No,
opening.
it's not like
Funny-
they're helping.
These band people just
They're
watch us
being
shave a
cool,
curtain.
man. The
They're
NPCs,
groupies.
the NPCs are so cool right now.
We just make
I got a
a
20
thing
for my
with
insight
our
check.
They exist.
You got a 22 on your insight?
Yeah.
Okay. So you've heard before that Scabatha was called Scab, and Granny Nightshade, and that Bavlorna Blightstraw was called the Blight, and things like that. And Slackjaw Lorna. This might be another nickname situation. The Bitter End might be another name for Endlin.
Okay. So this is Endelin's Theater.
Yeah.
You just go around calling her the Bitter End?
Should I? No.
It seems disrespectful. I don't know how well you know her.
I'm getting the idea that I might know her better than you do. Can I help you with something?
What's up?
Can I help you with something, young man?
You can help me by pointing me to the showrunner. I got an audition to go to.
Goodness, well, I'm sure she's expecting you. You were supposed to pass through the curtains at the front if you're supposed to perform.
Yeah, but they said not yet. And it's like, when, man? Do I gotta wait all day?
Oh my god, we're gonna get a Karen again. No.
I would not rush the bitter end.
Well, I'm sure you don't. I sure do.
Oh my god.
Vincent, can I have a perception check?
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, perception.
Where is your manager?
Oh, no,
Can we get a perception check for where the manager's at, please?
Can I please speak to the bitter end right now?
It's awful. 16.
16? Okay, first of all, what is Vincent up to? Is he just kind of keeping to himself, taking a look around?
You said there were books, right?
Yes, there are books.
Could be browsing some of these books, seeing if maybe there's some information about, like, what's going on here. Maybe there's, like, some history just written
Okay.
down in these books.
As you're poking your way through these books,
Obviously,
little
this
stack
isn't a
of them.
library that people normally just visit out of the blue.
as you're flipping your way through some of these books, the majority of them are all these plain black leather tomes that seem to have names gilded into the side. They're all things like Abigail Thompson, Furthywell Lollipop Guild. That's probably a gnome name. Just names that seem to be on the side of the book. Just authors, no titles. And as you flip through them, it seems to be things like Fletherlop was born in Hamfast, and you flip forward a little bit more, and here's when he gets married. Here's how he dies. Another book outlines the very short life of an adventuring cleric from beginning to end. Each of these books seem to contain the entire life of an individual, and most of the books seem to have that same theme, but you do see one book a little bit further away being next to one of the people on the rolling shelves there, or the rolling ladders there, that has kind of a light green spine and a little scarab beetle on the spine. And then you would also see, kind of just beyond that shelf, a little flicker of shadow. And that's what you get with your perception check.
that person up there by that book, or are they just next to the ladder?
He's reshelving right now, but he's been moving around.
Excuse me, sir?
Yes.
Can you hand me that one with the bug on it?
Oh, if you want that one, I think you'd better touch it yourself. He's going to gingerly work his way down the ladder.
God, how do ladders work? This is terrible.
You don't have to try to figure out the ladder in Tailspire. That will be. We've had issues with stairs in the past. All right, I'll come back to you in just a moment because there are 3 separate people having 3 separate conversations with every NPC in this room. Nora, are you just waiting patiently?
What is Nora doing?
Nora is still very heavily freaked out by everything going on. She's like looking around at reflective like surfaces, just like holding her glaive very closely. She was probably like shuffling along near. Now she's probably just like in the middle of the room. She doesn't want to get close to anything. She doesn't trust it.
You've got a lily pad, a robot, and a green dragon wormling who are kind of hovering around you because you seem to be the most stable individual at this time.
That's dangerous.
Alright. Okay. Rapid fire. Snud guy. You're with an extremely condescending darkling in an armchair.
Yeah, I'm gonna crawl up to the back of the chair and sit down and like pull out like a churro and start eating it. The crumbs are just falling on the book and like everywhere. And Snow is gonna be like,
I have a question. So I figured out we're backstage, but like, how do we get on stage?
I'd rather think if you're meant to be on stage, you'll find your way there.
So there's like a list or something?
In a way. You could say that, couldn't you?
Yes, I don't know what you could say because I've never been here before. So you can tell me. So, can you tell me how we get on stage? If you don't, I'll probably just drop more crumbs into your book. But if we get on stage, then I'll be out of your hair.
Wouldn't that be delightful? Unfortunately, I have absolutely no control whatsoever on when you are supposed to be on stage.
Yeah, but like, how do we get on stage? Do we have to like talk
I'm
to
sure
someone?
she will let you know in her own way.
Who's she?
You really have absolutely no idea where you are. How do you go through life like this?
Easily, actually.
It seems so.
What are you reading?
I am reading about how fantastic it would be to explore other parts of Motherhorn. You could visit the Shadow Theatre. I think you would do very well in the mask room, is what I'm thinking.
What's a mask room?
Oh, well, it's the room where the masks are made.
Where's that? Let's go visit.
That way.
Oh, okay.
Thank you so much.
Sned will jump off the chair.
Hey everyone, we should go visit the mask room.
We can't leave yet. We're about to get an audition, right?
Yeah, but we can't get an audition without Alistair and Lotus. We're not a full team. We're not the whole playwright, Witchlight playwrights.
But in Methista's name is a mask room.
I think it's where they make masks.
That sounds appropriate.
That sounds
Yeah.
maybe worse than the mirrors.
What do they make the masks out of?
Like probably faces or something. I don't know.
I mean, we could get a whole new image, you know, for the playwrights. You
What
know,
if they make them out of the people that weren't good on stage?
Wait, let me ask.
I'm gonna go back over to the guy. Poke.
What do they make the masks out of?
Well, sometimes. Roll me a I don't know what to put this persuasion check to try to get the information out of this guy.
What's the annoying check?
He hates you.
Tell him whatever he wants, so they'll leave.
Poke.
What did you get on your persuasion check, Smith guy?
Okay.
Do I get an advantage for being extra annoying?
No.
I got a 10.
I'm sure you'll figure it out in your own time. You seem like a very bright young thing.
Thanks. Okay, I guess we'll just figure it out on our own or something.
Mm-hmm.
Snow's gonna go back over to the game.
I don't know, we're just gonna figure it out.
Vincent, you going up to that book while they're talking about going to the next room?
Yeah, while they're going up, I'm like, yeah, the mask room sounds pretty cool, but like all these books seem to be like everybody's history. And there's this really neat one up here that I'm looking at. Look at it. It's green and it's got a bug on it. And I'll make my way up the ladder to grab it.
All right, you just grabbing it?
Yeah.
All right.
Grab it! Lick it!
Go ahead, because you have a
I'm gonna
high
grab it
passive
first.
perception. Huh?
I can't lick it first. I have to grab it.
You have a high passive perception. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
The 17.
A 7?
17.
17. Okay. With a 17, as you take this book off the shelf, it's got a beautiful, like, almost, how do I describe it? Like it seems like, you know, those linen covers, they're like a little bit reedy. It's like very organic seeming. It's very soft green with this lovely golden scarab beetle on the spine. And it's got, you know, the beautiful, like a varied edge, fine parchment inside. But when you lift it up, it feels really light for a book. And if you give it a little bit of, you can hear on the inside.
What is that, like a box? I shake it harder. I'll hop down off the ladder with it.
All right.
And we will open it. If it can open.
All right. Go ahead and make me a dexterity check. Are you opening it carefully, or are you just like, oh, hell yeah?
I was gonna hop down and just open it.
Okay, so no dexterity check. You definitely know that there is something inside it. You open it up. Immediately, you see as you open it that there is a glass a vial within that upon opening and the light touching it, absolutely explodes. Shards of glass everywhere. That doesn't seem to hurt you at all. But there is there anyone else around you right now? Did anyone go up to Vincent with this book, or are you all a decent ways away?
Did.
Okay. Beautiful. Vincent and Snudgach. Oh,
Did Nora
also,
too?
Did Nora go to check it out?
I mean, yeah, I would say like she would be very paranoid about anything going on and seeing that something is happening over here.
All right. There is a fine pale yellow dust that just out from within this vial. If everyone could make me a Constitution saving throw.
Everybody
this book is
nearby,
really dusty.
them, right? Not me.
Everybody within 10 feet.
Okay.
So if you are standing over there trying to talk to the manager, then you are not a part of it.
the showrunner, not the manager. I'm not being a Karen right now.
Yeah.
I'm being a haughty entertainer.
Okay.
He has many faces.
Body entertainment.
Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am?
I got dirty 20.
Dirty 20, beautiful.
18.
18? Vincent?
17.
17? Beautiful.
What about all the children?
You guys, this fine, almost like layer of yellowish dust kind of settles over you all. And none of you are cursed with mummy rot. Congratulations. Your hit points are fine.
Mommy rot, what's that?
I don't know, but it doesn't sound.
I don't know
bad
if
as
any of
tummy
you
rot.
would know what mummy rot is, but those of you who do know will be very excited that you don't have it. So mummy rot, if it is something that it is essentially a curse that makes it so you cannot regain hit points and you lose hit points every 24 hours. You lose 3d6 hit points every 24 hours until the curse is removed.
Or
Why was that in a book?
Smells terrible. I hate this place.
I think I'm allergic to it.
This is why books are bad.
What else is in this book? Is that it?
That's it. Books are bad. Stop. Put it back.
You can see
said you
all that's
wanted to
left of
lick
it.
it.
Seemed like a beautiful, almost diamond-shaped vial that kind of shadowed with a very fine scarab gold lid on it. That if this had been extremely carefully removed, you might have been able to keep for yourself. But now you have a really beautiful little bug.
Is it even edible?
You can try and eat it.
Don't eat it. Give me
try.
that.
I put it in my mouth.
No.
It's a metal lid to a to a vial, so you do have a little bug in your mouth, but it's
I guess it's better now. That's all.
You know, if you showed it to Alistair, he'll probably adopt it.
It's true. We'll keep it for him.
Oh my god, the children.
It can hang out
Nora
with a
runs
little
off to find the
crystal
kids
dolphin.
again.
the kids are kind of like bumping up against the bookcases. Like Cradle Fall is kind of apparating around through the bookshelves, kind of.
Do any of you have like hobbies or something that's not your father?
What kind of question?
Well, I'm just worried. They just seem to be sitting here. Do you have like?
First off,
We have a
rude.
purpose in life.
Rude.
One of them is a
Born
lily
3 days
pad,
ago.
and it sits at you. The other one is a robot. And roll me an
Nice.
insight check for the mood ring.
Uh-huh.
Nora, they're blank slates and you can fill them with Mephisto.
True.
You want a hobby?
Alistair will be real thrilled if you convert his children.
Absolutely not.
It's a 14 on insight.
14 on insight. There is a kind of light dove gray on the mood ring that indicates a total loss of self on the part of Jeffrey.
Oh,
dear.
But does Nora have any pockets or like a bag or anything like that?
Not really. She doesn't have things. Is there? Should look around for something for the robot to hold. Is there anything?
They're books. There's a little
Yeah.
throw pillow on one of the
you give him
chairs.
this book that just exploded on us.
Is it gonna do it again?
Yeah,
No,
give
I
him
think
the
it's-
mummy
I think
rot
it's
book.
done.
I don't like the sound of that. She'll just pick up some random books and like give it to him. Here,
Just give him somebody else's history.
There we go.
Aww.
Yeah.
He holds the books to his chest.
Wait, I have some fabric. Should I make a doll of Alistair? I have some scissors.
It might help the lily pad. It's
You sit on the floor with some scissors and some fabric and the throw pillows with the stuffing in it from the chair. And you begin making a doll. Any of you can make me a perception check if you
Oh
want.
God. All right, let's do the perception check.
I love that you found your own entertainment in this room.
16.
16, okay. Oh, yeah.
14.
14.
Oh, we're all making perception checks.
Yeah.
Do I know the names of the my band members?
Yes, and so do I.
24.
Their names are Taz,
Mm-hmm.
Cruz, Skjaw, and Todd.
How many of them are there? I thought there was 2.
There are.
Great.
You've talked to 2 of them extensively. You've talked to Taz and a fair amount.
Uh-huh.
There's the Tabaxi, the Loxodon, and there's the
There's
the
an
other
owl
one, the turtle.
named Cruz. There's an Aarakocra named Skjaw, and the turtle's name is Todd. Todd
my
is
God.
from Hither originally.
I thought there was just the two. Okay.
No, you have so many of them with you. They're currently standing in like the little archway. Each other with you are 14, because it didn't meet the DC for something else, but it definitely meets this DC. Taz is gonna. So hey, this place kind of blows now. I don't know if you've been getting that vibe.
I mean, I've been getting that vibe, but it's like, is this not what it's supposed to be? I've never been here. You tell me.
No, I mean, like, there was a library, but, like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to be totally upfront and honest. The band and I have been having a band conversation, and we're not, like, adventurers. I have a degree in music theory, and I'm not sure how helpful I'm gonna be if I should, like, because I have connections here for sure, but, like, with the cool people who are probably, like, in prison right now. So it's more so, and I tried to be kind of clear about this when we were first talking. It's like, you know how you did to Thither, you made it chill and great again.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of thinking, you do that here, and then we can do the whole fucking thing, you know?
Okay. So...
I know I'm kind of like laying a lot on you, and I know how it feels, and I don't mean to do it like that. It's just that legitimately, I don't have anything that could help in this situation.
So you're just gonna sit around the library?
And we could sit around... Dude, Todd's got, like, kids. And, like, he's been on tour for, like, a long time, and I'd like him to live to see his hatchlings again.
Mm-hmm. So what you're saying is you want to sit around the library while we fix your problems for you.
I feel like, okay. Are people sensing aggression?
No, I'm just wondering if that's what you're saying.
I mean, I don't know if I would consider them just my problems. I think it's like a general societal problem that we're all dealing with right now.
Okay, all right.
If you want 5, like, people with no actionable skills to be with you for the rest of this building, we can.
This is a societal problem, right? How do we fix society? With music, man. We're gonna have to get on stage. We're gonna have to get on that show. We're gonna have to play, and we're gonna have to fix society with our music.
Rock on, dude. But, like, how do we do that?
I was just having a lovely conversation with this boy, and he's probably walking away at this point with his cart. I'm gonna grab onto his collar real fast. Hey, so about that showrunner.
Yeah, it's about that. I want to check in real quick. Nora and Vincent, what'd you get on your perception checks?
24.
24?
No perception. 12.
12? Beautiful. Okay, Nora, you are focused. Cradlefall has, like, started trying to hitch his way inside your armor to see if that's something he can teleport into and out of. It's very form-fitting, very comfortable. Vincent and Snudgach, you see flickering shadow at the base of... There's a couple of hallways that lead out of this room that are in the back right corner. Let me see which one I'm pointing at here. And you can see kind of between those stacks of books in that hallway, you see flickering shadow, reflection of eyes, disappear.
There's something watching us! Look!
Oh, did you see it that time?
Yeah, let's follow it!
I saw
That's
it
not us.
earlier.
It's like eyes. Let's go!
Weren't you making something?
Oh yeah!
So do I finish this stupid doll? Does it look
Go
like
make me I'm gonna say Constitution plus proficiency. I think that's normally cooking and sewing checks are usually. I think I might be stealing that directly from Through the Breach, but it could be Intelligence or Constitution plus your proficiency for this.
Okay. 19. I'm a pretty good sewer.
Yeah, sure. How do you want this Alistair doll to look?
So the Alistair doll has like the same kind of split suit. It's like like a hat, and it has like a little like smile. Like I stitched on little X's for the eyes and a little smile as well. And yeah.
Thunk, thunk, thunk. Jeffrey drops all the books. Comes at you.
This is Alistair Jr. You can hold on to Alistair Jr. while we wait for your actual dad.
The knives shink inside of Alistair Jr. Just blazing yellow from the ring. And if you try to move at all, Jeffrey is behind you now, Snick.
Why is he behind me?
He's just got his doll and he's following you around now.
Okay, alright. Well, I guess that's following me now. Let's go follow the shadow thing.
Alright, you hear Snugak say that as you've got this librarian by the throat, Bill.
God.
From the collar, sorry.
I know.
All right, you guys, I'm gonna make you find the showrunner, and you're gonna get us a show. That's what you're gonna do, because you guys are a fucking band, and this is safe enough, and with enough work, I'm sure you guys can do it. How's it sound?
Yeah, the showrunner is Endlin the Bitter End, right? Like, I was listening to your conversation. You want me to go talk to Endlin for you?
She's like the CEO. She's not really like the showrunner. You think she's over here dealing with us?
Okay, I'll see what I can. Yeah, okay, I'll see what I can do. Okay, I'll see what I can do for you.
That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear, Taz. All right. I'm gonna clap Taz on the shoulder. You got this. You got this.
Yeah. You hear some muttered Loxodon that sounds vaguely like curses that she says to the rest of the band.
I'm gonna shout back in Loxodon. Which mine were just words of encouragement. And I believe in my band. Yeah, I believe in the band, because this is about us. It's not about me. It's about us and how our mission is to change the world.
Precisely.
Yes.
All right. As you guys, are you guys working your way back towards that shadowy shape?
Yes.
All right.
I'm gonna follow them too.
As soon as you guys move anywhere close to it, with that 24, Vincent, you can see for a half second, you see a little rabbity nose and a totally blank smile, and then it's absolutely gone. And you find yourself, let me see, I'll drag somebody back here so that people know where it is. I'm gonna drag back into this little corner here. How do you get in there?
On top or below?
Well, I dragged her on top because doors stink. But there's the little hallway there, and the little flickering shadow seems to lead you into stairs to your left.
Like, follow the shadow.
It looked like a rabbit.
Does it look like a rabbit? Or does it look like all of us?
You didn't see anything. It looked like a flickering shadow to you for a moment, but you did see it go.
Let's go. We can catch it.
As you guys head upstairs, I'm gonna check in with the other half of the party. Love it when the party is split.
Hi. Hey. We're still here.
Hey,
I'm
let me
alive.
find.
Look, you
Not
missed
for
out on
long.
the mummy rod.
Thank God.
It's true.
I get mummy rot. I'm very happy for you. Let me see if I can get you right in. Maybe. Oh my goodness. Wait, you know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do?
What are
What
you
my
gonna do?
victory is gonna be? I'm just gonna make you guys some new minifigures exactly where you want to be.
Whoa.
But I don't have to figure it out. Okay. I'm gonna get you guys down there real fast. Boop. Full ass out half orc.
Mm-hmm.
Do.
Sounds right.
and beautiful little jester, man. So the space that you guys find yourself in, it actually looks out over the auditorium. It appears to be a little balcony, a space that you've kind of shoved your way into. And you can see now that kind of the string quartet appears to be wrapping up. You're over the rest of the audience, and you can hear the very clean, rhythmic sound of many hands applauding very gently and in the exact same rhythm.
That sounds kind of forced.
And you can
Must not
see
have been very good.
of the quartet. You have very high passive insight and passive perception. Lotus, you can see they kind of give another little bow. They look pretty nervous, and then they leave. They absolutely leave the stage. And things kind of wrap up there for the moment.
Well, that's interesting, I guess. Should we go inside? Bye, Angel, by the way. Thank you so much for your help. One more spridge. Be free now. I'll see you again sometime, maybe. Hopefully. If the Force wills.
I think maybe it would be best to go inside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's see what we've got going on here.
What wonders await?
Yeah.
Almost ended up on the next floor.
No, I'm so sorry. Can you get through that curtain, Lotus?
My legs.
You're like
there
too
we
long. There you go. No.
I'm in the chair now.
Looks like
It's
only
okay.
Jester. Oh.
It appears that you're in a kind of little black box vaulted space. It appears to just have some nice little velvet chairs. Nobody's currently sitting in there. It's just a balcony that looks out over the auditorium itself, which again has that kind of glowing, overarching beams that spread over the stage itself. But this space back here is pretty simple, fairly candlelit. You can definitely open that particular door, and there appears to be a hallway leading to another door and stairs on your left.
Wait.
Fairly crypt.
Wait, should we check for traps?
I
Do you think they trapped the
look.
auditorium hallway?
looked really hard for traps. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna perception for traps.
It's an investigation for traps. I'm so sorry.
Do you want me to
Maybe you
investigate for
should
some
check
traps, dude?
Yeah, I'll assist you.
You'll assist me? I
Yeah,
might
I'm
need it.
helping you out. Yeah.
I got a natural 20.
Wow.
Ooh.
Don't worry about that.
Natural 20 for traps. Very exciting. There are no traps.
Let's go!
It appears to just straight up be a hallway. As you guys are very gingerly making your way down. Lotus and Sasha are still feeling pretty chill about everything, even though you did have the overwhelming need to drop calm emotions as soon as possible. However,
Did he actually drop it yet?
Yeah.
Oh.
you drop it in the hallway as you're investigating for traps. You're like up against the wall, just for traps, and you feel this need to. You should drop that spell. And you're like, yeah, I should drop that
I
spell.
should drop that spell.
But you
Need
do
to
know
concentrate.
immediately after exactly what you did.
I turn back around. There's no traps. There's no traps.
You see his star book out.
Whoa there, buddy. What you doing with that?
Wait a minute. You said you got controlled?
Yeah.
And almost threw my brother off the bird. No, did actually, and I saved his life.
I mean, I'm good. I'm fine.
Yeah, your brother's very weak though. We should work on getting some curls in maybe.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you rolled a 5. So
Well, what did you roll?
might have been a 4. It doesn't matter. I could roll it if I wanted to.
I had a -1.
Yeah, just because I have a mind. Never mind. It doesn't matter.
Uh-oh.
You know what? That's so funny. I also have a -1 of those checks, but it's fun. Look,
That's not important right now. What's important He's
is
finding
that
out
you
where the
might
hell
be
we are.
getting controlled and might be a danger to the rest of the party right now. I think that
Everybody's
might be
being
important.
controlled. You just don't know it yet.
I have only seen you do that so far.
But, well, I've seen the threads
And
on
you
your
used to work
shoulders.
for her. Are they there now? I can't see them.
I know. I can.
Insight check.
Insight check?
Yeah.
Alright, bet.
How's an 18?
I don't know, 1 second. I gotta find it. Shit, bro. Yeah, you're good. Alright, that might have been lying.
Thank you for being upfront about it.
But
Look,
they were there one time, I promise.
okay, well that. I agree that that's concerning, but we might also need to take some kind of measure to make sure you don't keep attacking us.
Yeah, like encase my head in steel walls. Lead, maybe. Encase me in lead and drag me around with Jeffrey.
Yeah. Do you have any spells to help you resist things?
My guy, I'm level 4.
Okay, cool. You're not a paladin, that's for sure. I could use enhanced ability on you, but it won't help you resist things. It just helps you be better.
Oh no, there's something dragging me up the staircase.
Oh, okay.
No.
But I'm gonna keep an eye on you.
Have
Wait,
you
up.
guys?
We're not supposed to go up.
We're not?
No, the party's down.
But
You can hear from the on the wall that's closest to the auditorium. You can hear through it, kind of starting up. There appears to be like you can hear people talking in dramatic tones on the other side of the wall. Some sort of play is beginning on the other
I
side.
think I just heard Mickey Mouse.
And up the stairs, you can hear. And there seems to be some sort of bluish light and moving shadows from its face that fall down those stairs.
I think I'm gonna listen to the play for just a second to see if it's relevant.
You sure you don't want to check out the glowing blue light from up the stairs?
We have to go there anyways. Let's make sure that this play isn't important.
There's a window right here.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean out the window and listen.
But stealthily, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gazing out over the Titanic. Like, hi.
All right,
rolled
go
that.
ahead. And I guess if you are fully finding a window and listening, there's no perception check needed. They are performing. It appears to be a man and a woman. A pretty small little production here. The man is wearing a dark red leather vest and a big old pirate shirt, and he's gesticulating to the woman. And he seems a little bit out of it, and the woman is just openly crying. She's like a really, really great actress, or she's just crying. And she pauses. And then she breaks back into her monologue, which seems to be about their home in Ohio where they raised children once. And her eyes keep seeming to flick up to a higher balcony or something as she is performing.
Uh-oh. Methinks the witch might be upstairs, which is where we're coincidentally going. And that kind of sucks, but okay.
Well, I don't think there's any other way.
Not for now. We'll just look for some stairs down, I guess.
The only way is up. Do we want to be sneaky now?
Yeah, let's... Sasha's probably not. How stealthy can you be, Sasha? Are you good at sneaking?
I can sneak, yeah.
Okay, give me your best sneak.
Like just in the hallway, or turn around.
Okay.
No, count to 10. I can hide.
Okay.
Okay. Turn around. He got a 16. He did pretty good.
Yeah, I got a 15.
Bonus to stealth. Like, he kind of, you can hear, because is your passive perception higher than a 16?
Yes.
Okay, so
17.
you can hear him, like, at the other end of the hallway, gingerly opening the door and getting into the little balcony room again and kind of hiding in there. Like, he's doing it. He knows what he's doing. He's not a super well-trained, stealthy person, but you said hide, so he can hide.
Okay. That's not bad.
Yeah.
I will also stealth. I think Alistair did too.
Yeah.
I got a 20.
Okay.
I got a 15.
All right. Good to know. 16.
This place looks crazy.
Are you guys heading upstairs?
Yeah. There's only one way to go.
All right.
This room is wild.
You guys enter. Isn't this so cool? I love how they built this room. I need to, over break, I will find exactly who built this because they did a phenomenal job.
Yeah, it looks crazy.
I know. What you enter into is essentially a tall cylindrical room that seems to have an upper kind of walk-around balcony that looks down on the center, which is a massive silver and gold and brass shining orrery, which is a word that I learned very recently. It is essentially a massive astronomical tool. It shows you the alignments of the planets and spins around and shows the stars at certain points in certain times. You might have seen it in the original Dark Crystal movie. They had a great big one of those. It's massive and beautiful, and facing you guys, you can see that there appears to be some kind of contraption in front that has some degree of control over it. And there is, you can see, leading down into it, one of those lightning rods appears to go straight down into this machine, and you can see the arcing blue bolts of light of the harnessed electricity kind of arc between some of the points and planets and stars within this that hover in place. And I can have a perception check from both of you.
Okay,
Oh.
let's go. Got a 1.
Great.
That's a 27.
27. So Alistair, what you notice with a 1 is you kind of are looking up. And instead of seeing all these beautiful bright arcing lights, what you see are the silver threads that are woven into this machine. And you are very distracted by
Could
this.
say I'm blinded by the light.
Blinded by the silver threads that wind their way down through the orrery. Lotus, you can see that the spectacular light produced by these electrical currents and the planets revolving around them cast shadows onto the wall. You notice that a contraption that's facing you has a long line of little square not square pieces, little geometric pieces that seem to be lined up almost like a lock on a, you know, those little locks where you have to spin them so that the numbers are in a certain position, but instead of being numbers, it's all letters that are lined up. And you can see it's spelling out Scabatha Nightshade. All the letters lined up at the front of the machine, and then a bunch of blanks. And on the wall to your left, you can see kind of sparkling and shivering with the electrical light and the shadows pushed against the wall. Lotus, how did you kill Scabatha Nightshade?
I believe I called upon the might of Mephisto and used inflict wounds on her.
Alright.
Finish her off.
You can see a faintly shivering shadow puppet-like reflection of her final moments cast up against the wall.
Oh my.
Can I look for my own threads again?
Sure. Go ahead and roll me an Arcana or a Perception check.
Got a natural 20 for 24.
Natural 20. You are staring up at these, the lightning rod seems to come down from the ceiling, and then you can see kind of spinning around it, almost tied around that rod are these silver threads. And you can see the threads from your shoulders for a moment here. You can see that they are kind of pulling back towards the auditorium, but if you give a gentle tug, you can almost see some of those lines there go almost as if this is the point where it comes from.
That's what I wanted to know. I whisper, Lotus, this machine controls all the silver threads, I think. Or rather, creates them and then she manipulates them.
Oh, so we should definitely blow it up.
I don't know if we
Or
got
at
magic
least mess
strong
with
enough. Yeah, mess with it, maybe.
There's a control panel right here.
But aren't the strings like intangible? Like, cause I tried to cut them and I couldn't.
I mean, if this machine controls them, then they don't need to be tangible, right?
Are they like cogs? How does the machine work? Just fueled by
You
lightning?
want to try and figure it out?
I got Arcana.
While you guys are discussing, I am going to say, to get everyone kind of into the same space, the way that the shadow flickers around the edge of corners and kind of beckons you gently, slowly, smiling. There is no war in Ba Sing Se, leads the rest of the party up into this brightly lit space. You passed some other doors along the way that it went, no, we're going this way. Come on, don't worry about it.
The other
And
doors.
as you guys arrive in this space, oh, what's up?
But the other doors. We can't just
One
pass
said
them.
show manager.
Shell
None
manager?
of them said show manager on it. One of the doors you passed did have a very large face on it that went as you passed, and they were like suits of armor, and you're like, interesting, maybe examine that later. But no, you're following this guy up the
Of course.
stairs. And as you all arrive into this space, Sasha's kind of worked his way up to the front of the contraption. And he kind of turns to you, Lotus, and goes, hey, what's our last name?
Our real last name?
Or
And
how many last names do we have?
Yeah,
well,
your
I
fake
have
one.
2. Yours is apple bottom still.
Applebottom?
Yeah.
That's weird.
You can. Yeah, that's why I changed mine.
Okay.
What are you doing?
And he's going to mess around with those little gears there, and he's going to write out Lotus Applebottom.
Wait, that might not be a good idea. We don't know what it does.
The stars and the planets shift in alignment, and the shadows cast upon the wall spin. I just knocked over a glass of water. That's fine. I'll deal with it in just a moment. My
At least
butt
it
is
wasn't
so
the wine.
wet. Spin in alignment and cast shadows upon the wall, and you'd see a shadow of yourself, Lotus, against the wall. Looks like a couple of years ago. A teenager sitting out looking at the stars on a hill. And I think that is probably where I am going to go to break, considering how wet my butt is.
So you can.
And also how much there is to do with the Orrery of Tragedy. Alright, Dylan, will you escort us gently and dryly into break, please?
Sure. Be back soon.
everybody. Welcome back to the Motherhorn and the Orrery of Tragedies. A child has gotten his hands on the contraption and is putting all of his friends' names to see their past, present, and future. Or at least that's what he's kind of decided. Maybe this does, like, you can use the planets kind of thing to spin it around, so it's like a certain point in time, and then you put the name in to like see the specific person. I guess maybe she just wanted to see her sister die, and that's why it was up to Scabatha. But we can like scope things out.
I guess that makes sense, but we don't really know how this machine works or what it does. But this looks like me in the past. I'll look at the shadow, I guess, and see what's happening.
Right now, it's a frozen image against the wall at this point. It's just a kind of a slightly lankier, knobbier shouldered version of Lotus, kind of looking up at the stars. He's got his book out. He's figuring stuff out. You put this sometime when you were a teenager, after you lost your brother and your mother, but before you came to the carnival and met these hooligans.
I guess I'll look at the controls on the machine and see if I can figure them out. Is it Arcana?
It can be an Arcana or an investigation check. The name thing is pretty easy to figure out because it's just spell it out.
Yeah, and you get to see what happens. Okay. Hey, Alistair, do you want to see if you can figure out these controls?
I mean, sure.
Cool. I'll guidance you, because you're probably better at this than I am. I don't know.
What do I need to roll?
Arcana or investigation? Arcana.
Oh no! Oh no!
You got a +3 to whatever you got.
I also rolled a 3.
Shit.
13.
13. It's not an extremely difficult contraption. There appears to be a kind of lever with a knob on it that it seems you can rotate to the right and rotate to the left. The name's there. It appears to be something that you can kind of wind forward and wind back and then put a name in. It's not super complex.
What did you find out?
It's very simple, really. You put a name in, and then you wind forward, or you wind backwards, which I'm guessing would be forward in time, or backward in time.
So we can see how we can see our whole futures through this machine. You think?
Yeah, dude. What if we only want the futures where we win, though? So how many of those do we have to go through?
I mean, crank the knob forward and see what happens.
You can see. Do you crank it forward yourself?
Yeah, but I put the witch's name in.
Which witch?
Indela.
Endelin?
Yeah.
It blanks out.
Of course it does.
What a bitch.
Wait, I'll put the frog, Scabatha.
The frog Bavlorna. Bavlorna flights. Yeah. If you wheel all the way back to the beginning, you can see her as a froggy little girl kind of hopping around with her sisters, grabbing everything she can get her tiny hands on. And as you go forward into the future, you can see her huddled with her sisters. Their one sister tut-tutting in the shadow, as she always does, as it winds her way through the house, and she accumulates all of her stuff and builds it up inside this kind of shadow puppet theater of her own home in the middle of this immense lake. And you see this house expanding and expanding. Then you see her get her shit rocked by a bunch of little twerps. And then you see the house disappear. You see her in one of her sister's little offices, whispering, in Scabatha Nightshade's office, having a little bit of a conversation, sending some frogs out, disappearing. You see her. So it looks like she's sitting in a booth somewhere, looking at something. And then you see her returning to her home, filled with crap. Enormously stuffed to the brim with everything she could ever want. And you see her kind of balled up in there for the rest of her life.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, it sounds like she might have done some things. But
yeah.
But what about the witch? What's the witch's name that disappeared and nobody knows where she went?
I was gonna say, yeah, we could rewind this one even and just go back to when they had the battle or cast the spell or whatever and see where they hit her.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You guys are finding out plot secrets. I love this. This is an excellent use of the orrery. So what point in time are you you're just zhooking back and forth?
We're going back before she got her ass beat.
Okay,
right
you get flashes
after
of shadows essentially that kind of move. Like if you've ever looked at those really old animations where you just look through a little light spot and you can see like the horse run around. You know what I mean? Those very old-fashioned animations. It looks a bit like that, where it's super jerky, and you get these flashes of images that jump from one scene to another. There's that time when you can see them, the sister leaves, and you can see them conspire with one another, and then you can see at some point it seems like they were in her house, or at least in a place where she seemed to be very comfortable. It appeared that she invited them in. And then the three sisters cast some sort of spell over her. And then she just went into a very peaceful sleep.
So she's in her house still. That's good. That's right over the mountain there. We could have.
Yeah, but I don't think we can wake her up unless we kill all the witches who cast the spell, which means we'd have to go back to Hither.
And break our deal with VALOR.
Yeah.
We may have to do that. I know you enjoy your froggy powers, but she's kind of terrible.
Are we rolling up to the Orrery at this point?
Yeah, you guys would have entered in when Sasha was inputting Lotus in the first place. So you guys have seen kind of Lotus and Alistair hunkering over this thing spinning around. You guys, since you just came in, it's just lights everywhere, bolts of electricity.
What are we doing here, guys? You're playing with a thing?
Oh, hey, we found a
wild.
machine that shows the future and the past.
Lotus, Alistair!
Hi.
I'm glad you found your
Hey.
way in and you're already touching things.
Yeah, you guys missed it. We had a book that exploded on us.
Yeah. And we're backstage.
And the band broke up.
Why does my child have a doll of me?
Because
Stab.
I made it for it. Him thing.
Yes, your children really do lack a sense of self and individuality. It's quite troubling.
Jeffrey just runs directly into your leg and shows you the doll completely pierced through the torso with the knives.
I think it looks like you, doesn't it?
You're doing great, son. The
Oh,
doll's
he
beautiful.
likes you.
Glowing affection, warmth, worth.
So what's this thing?
I'm gonna run up to the Orrery and like poke it.
Are you poking the contraption part, or like the planets and stars that they've been spinning around?
I think I'm gonna crawl up and poke the planets and stars.
All right, go ahead and make me a Constitution save as I think it would be a Dex save actually.
Just climbed up into lightning.
Yeah.
17.
17. Okay, yeah, you get it feels like when you have a really big buildup of static electricity, it just through you, but it's kind of a nice little buzzy sensation. It doesn't really hurt at all.
Oh, this is fun. What is this?
Can I try to rip one of the planets off?
Stop that!
No!
Get down!
I would
I
like.
just want to.
I would like to try to put in yawn, as in the whole pocket dimension.
It does not function. It goes.
It's worth a
Wait,
try.
so what you're saying is this shows us our whole lives?
It can. I think it might be personally, I think it might be a bad idea to look into our futures.
Will it show
That's
us
what I'm
like what's to come?
Yeah, can we see how we die?
Yeah, that's
Well,
why
okay,
I'm
let's-
saying
let's-
it's a bad idea to look at it.
Let's
If
at
you
least
know,
see if
then
we
wouldn't
win the
you maybe-
fight.
Okay, no, here's the thing though. If you know how you're gonna die, you can prepare for it, right? And then you can like make it so it doesn't happen. Because like,
Or at
Right?
least you know
Or
when
you
it's
create
gonna
a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Maybe if we know we're gonna fall off a cliff, then we just avoid cliffs for the rest of our life.
yeah,
And then you
no, yeah.
somehow doing that will lead you to a cliff. That's how the future works. It's not gonna help by knowing.
You don't know how you go to a cliff if you know you're gonna die off a cliff.
Because someone will beat you up, drag you to a cliff, and throw you off of it because you're avoiding cliffs. I don't know.
Then you just kill them. I don't understand.
Look, the point is, knowing your death won't necessarily help you.
No, but it'd be neat.
You tried putting in Endelin's name?
Yeah, it blanked out.
It does not work.
I want to know whose Bo is gonna work for, since he seems to want to work for literally everyone.
We can watch Bo
yeah,
die,
let's
I
see
guess.
Bo's future.
I'm a child of the economy, you know. I gotta work for whoever's gonna give me the best option.
Okay, I'll do it.
Actually, you're gonna work for whoever this thing says you're gonna work for.
feel
We'll
like
see
this
about that
machine
one, first of all.
Hmm.
Do you
tell
have
that
a
get
last name,
killed.
or is it just the Magnificent?
Oh God.
You've never thought
My
about this,
guy.
have you?
I mean, I
Never
can
thought
put in a
about it.
Magnificent and see if it works.
Is it horse?
Put in
Bowman
Bo
horse.
Richardson.
Oh, horse.
Bowman Richardson. Okay.
Bowman Richardson.
Okay.
It's the most boring name.
What's your dad's name?
Mr. Richardson. That's
His name is Richard Richardson, but they call him Dick Ricky.
How is that so amazing? With made up in 3 seconds.
Why aren't you Dick Ricky Jr.?
Dick Ricky Jr.
I just thought about the cuff. God damn it.
So Sasha
Kind of
enters in Bowman Richardson.
Mm-hmm.
Comes back. The slots rotate.
Hmm?
Bo the Magnificent. The stars and planets align and shift, finding their way into what's set for the very near future. Is that right?
Yes.
All right. You see yourself, kind of static image there at the Witchlight Carnival, stepping your way onto a stage with a billowing cape, your hair flowing. You're on a stage, and there are people. There's like at least 5 people in the audience.
At
Should I keep
least
going?
5.
5 whole people.
Out of those 4 stands,
No, don't laugh.
4 sets of stands, there's 5 people.
We gotta start somewhere, guys.
Should I keep going? Should I keep going?
Wait,
No,
Yeah,
that's
keep going, keep
we
going.
should
Okay.
see.
Wait, on the wall it says it's your 7th anniversary.
Oh, you've been there for 7 years and you only have 5 audience members?
Sasha kind of pulses through a little bit into the future, and you see these flashing images of you are a performer at the Witchlight Carnival, and you are pretty good, and you have an audience, and you're a working performer, and you have a career. And I mean, it's not like people come to the carnival for you. There's lots of things to see. But you're working, right? That's the point. And like, you don't have to go back to the restaurant, except, you know, tips aren't always great during performances. So sometimes you pick up an extra shift. Like, you're still in good context with, you know, Jake the Rat Man. But you've got a career. And you've got a future. And you're a mediocre artist paving his way into his future. And it's fine. Like, it doesn't look like you can ever go home and tell your dad, look, I made it. But there are worse things you could be, and what more could you really expect?
That's.
Well, that's
so
awkward.
depressing. How does? Do you really want to see how you die, Bo? Because we won't force.
Fuck
you to die.
this. Fuck this machine. This machine does not tell the future because this is
You should go
not
for
what
it.
I am destined for. Hell fucking no. I don't need to see any more futures. All I know is the future's gonna change and the future's in my hands, and that's what I know.
But the future is right here, and the future says that you...
That's what this machine says. What does this machine know? What is it
Well,
powered by?
Things
I'm
like the
actually.
No.
Everything?
I'm inclined
No.
to agree with you, Bo, because I don't know if it can. I think this might be the path that it's trying to make us go on. Sasha, rewind to now, please. I have an idea.
Okay.
I want
And
to
he
see what
rewinds
happens
a little
here.
bit, and you see yourself in a shadow going... You look very
Oh, talking-
opinionated and upset about
Talking
something.
shit. Perfect. Okay, now I'll
Future
go a
relight.
little bit forward and see what happens with this witch. What happens here?
Okay, it's not super precise, but
Just
yeah,
just
he
be
winds it
gentle with
forward a little bit, and Bo, you are at the Witchlight Carnival, standing on stage.
Ah, see.
Okay.
This is
Okay.
the future that she wants us to lead. She doesn't
She doesn't want us to kick her ass, is what happens.
Well, isn't she the witch of the future? And she should know the future.
It's the future she's planning for us.
She's just some
what
fucking
she's
witch.
doing. She's a
Snoogack, do you want me to do you?
Yeah, do Snud.
Yeah, do me!
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Do you have a last name?
No, just Snuggack.
Okay. Cool. SNUDGA.
Yeah. Plus the ends of the
Somehow, he spells it out. Pumpkin. Circling around, very near future. Snoogack, you see your static image on the wall. Hat, upright, pointed, other hat, upright, pointed, little tentacles sticking out of it. The tentacle is holding something delicious, probably chipmunk. Your
Are those
pockets
tentacles?
are full of churros. You are having the time of your life. Sneckley is there. Giza is there. Jingle Jangle is there. And you all got armfuls of shit.
This is like the real future. Sorry, Bo, but this is the truth.
This is.
Look at that! This is me! This is like really, really me! And there's no Palasha in sight!
Guys, I
You
have an
want to,
idea.
Sasha starts pushing forward a little bit into the future. You see yourself back at the Witchlight Carnival, and there's Clyde! Clyde is so happy to see you. He runs between all of your legs, he jumps up, and he licks you on the cheek, and you can see yourself almost running through your future with your friends. And yeah, sure, you can see that it looks like Melanora leaves at some point to go to the temple, and Bo's off performing, and Vincent probably has family to go to, and Lotus and his brother, and who knows where Alistair is. He kind of disappears and does weird stuff sometimes. And you know, a little later, like, you know, you had your friend Nick at the carnival, right? But he was super old. So you know, at some point you go to the front and he's not there anymore, and at some point Giza and Sneckley become teenagers, and maybe they don't want to hang out with an old ass goblin anymore. They've got things to do. You're old. You get to watch yourself grow old, and you get to watch your dog grow old.
Okay, Sasha, I don't like this
Very
anymore.
old. You watch yourself become old and stooped and alone, but you're still stealing the whole time. You're having the time of your life, getting your little hands on everything. With the deal that you made with Bavlorna, you can steal money out of pockets, candy out of cradles, thoughts out of people's heads, and you're still doing that even when you are a wrinkly little old goblin with no dog and no friends and just the carnival. And you get to steal from Palasha, which is great, and you can steal, and it's almost like you can actually be a part of life instead of just being on the side of it all the time with nobody with you. But you grow older and older, and all your goblin friends from your youth, they must have passed away at this point, but you don't pass away. You grow older and more hunched and more deaf. You can see yourself, your pockets full of candy and churros and everything, but it doesn't look like you could even enjoy them anymore. You just keep stealing because you made a deal, and you have to keep stealing. And that's the future that you see before you.
Okay, I don't like this. Sasha, rewind. That's not actually the future.
You're like, wow, it's Sneckley and Giza and Jingle Jangle. It's freaking great.
That means he's never gonna die.
That means that I'm gonna be old and alone forever. I don't like that. That's not gonna happen.
I think. What if this witch doesn't know the future? What if she's making the future?
She's probably just sneaking it up to terrorize us.
I don't think she's making it up. I think she can do it, but only if we don't stop her.
We gotta kill her so that way I don't grow old and Bo doesn't grow pathetic. Let's see Nora's future.
To keep you from becoming an old wrinkled thing that
No,
keeps
you're
going
not
forever, we're gonna
supposed
have
to
to
end
fight
the
that
future
too.
with me too.
I really
can't
want
look
to
at it.
see.
No.
I really want to see if Nora ever fights the witch.
I think
Nora's
we're gonna
like-
keep skipping over everything.
Turn around with her
Finchlight
head
is
in her hands.
standing in the temple of Mephisto. Beautiful, returning as a champion, surrounded by babes. It's a beautiful time. And she's visited, you see, as you go forward, by the dear, sweet, beautiful Daya. Her hair kind of curled between her fingers, and you see Daya kind of scuff her little hoof along the floor and kind of shrug her shoulder and give you a little kiss on the cheek. And you see yourself have a complete meltdown. And like, there's no audio with this. It's just shadows dancing along the wall as Sasha kind of spins his way through it. But you see some kind of conversation where she ends up apologizing, and like, you're still friends and everything's fine. But she's never gonna kiss you again. No woman will kiss you or hold your hand, and you'll never have to get married to a man or to a woman. But that's fine. You're an excellent service of Mephisto. And you spend your days in contentment and quiethood, and you never get to hold the hand of a beautiful woman, and you never get to tell your parents the truth, and you never get to see yourself for who you are and really love her. But you are still a champion of Mephisto, and that's all that really matters.
Nora, in this feature, you're unlovable.
No, I'm still not listening. I trust my future Mephisto.
It's not nice to say.
It looks like you trust it a little too hard.
I think this is just a future of disappointment for everybody.
Okay, let's rewind and see Alistair. Maybe he'll
Maybe
lose
we
all
should-
his kids.
Maybe we should
Whoa!
stop.
Sad?
No, we gotta
This is
keep
only
Why
going.
would
gonna
all be
hurt us.
sad?
Now, I want
It's
to
gonna
see
get into
everyone's
our heads,
future.
guys.
If we have to feel bad, so do the rest of you.
You chose to do this. I said
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
not.
I think it's kind of fun. Is that bad?
Yeah.
All right, why don't we put your fucking name in there?
No.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Am I Apple Bottom, right? That's our name? Okay.
Why not?
Sasha
No one last name.
Apple Bottom. And he puts it in. And he kind of winds it back a little bit, and there's just like a scarecrow standing in a field blankly for like a big old stretch of time in the background. And you find that he did spend a lot of time being hung up on a post outside of a witch's house looking at pumpkins as a scarecrow. But, okay, cool. And he winds forward a little bit through his future, and you can see Lotus and Sasha together in the material plane under the great, beautiful, starry, bright skies that you can only see on the material plane, looking up at it together, and you can see his excitement and his joy, and you can see Lotus's concern but happiness to have his brother back. And as you wind forward into the future, you can see their adventures together as they learn and they grow, and it's fantastic. But you see Sasha grows a bit older and fills into his shoulders and seems to have his own book now. And there's some moment in his late teens where he sits down with you, and there's some kind of conversation where he buries his face in his hands, and you comfort him, and he shakes his head, and he begins to leave. And then Sasha says, I don't really want to look at this anymore, actually. Thank you. I feel like
You still think it's fun?
I think it's more fun with you guys because you have more exciting things to do other than be sad and sit down and say disappointing things, I guess. I don't know what I'm saying.
It looks like you're having an identity crisis in this memory.
Yeah, identity crisis is about, I know who I am.
This memory says differently.
Thank you, Stun Gag.
You're
You can
welcome.
Stop talking now.
He's gonna adjust it, and he's gonna put in your name, Lotus, because he's gonna fast forward from that point.
You're
From
gonna
he doesn't want to see
stop.
what he's gonna do because he doesn't care about himself. He's gonna fast forward, and he sees you, Lotus, going to a temple of Mephisto
He's
and
gonna
praying to you.
grab his brother and take him off the controls.
But, like, I'm thinking that you would fix it because you fix everything. So I was fast forwarding to the part where you fix it so we can figure out how you fix it.
This
so
machine doesn't tell the future.
But I want to see everybody else's.
I
But it
really
does.
think this machine is honestly just gonna get in our heads and fuck with us. I don't think this is the future. I think it's the witch's future that she wants to happen.
Well, shouldn't she? She knows what she wants to happen, right?
Yeah, that's why she's making it. She's the witch that makes the future. She doesn't know the future. She knows what she wants to make. That's a personal theory, anyways. But
She wants us all to be miserable.
I mean, did you look at the other two witches? What they were doing?
She wants us
That
to
was
be.
more about them and what they wanted. It didn't
She
really
wants us
matter
to
that we were
not be
miserable.
messing with her and live out our happy ever after.
I think she wants us to be insecure in our futures, and then we make a deal with her to fix the futures that she made.
That was actually extremely wise of you to say that. What?
Yeah, I know.
Good job, Snip. Wow.
Okay.
But anyways, I want to. Okay, I'm gonna take the wheel.
Okay.
I'm gonna move it like very carefully from where we are right now to right ahead of right now.
roll me. You're gonna be able to do it. The sleight of hand is how fucking long it takes you to try to get these very rudimentary controls to get you to a precise moment in time instead of a snapshot of. Sure.
Okay, I got you. Sleight of hand. Is anybody helping me? No, I'm doing this on my own. I'm a man.
can't
I can
be
do it.
that hard.
I can do it. I can do it.
You have better fingers than me. That's fair.
I do.
Here, you know what? I'll relinquish the controls to Snub Guy. I
So
did
it's
try
gonna-
and guidance myself, but I was not doing a good job, so Snub's gonna take over.
Yeah.
And it's gonna start like just like jerking on all of the on the levers and stuff.
No. Snow, stop!
To accomplish a specific task, or what are you trying to do?
I don't know, but I'm doing sleight of hand.
Yeah, what Lotus was trying to do is get to the specific moment right after right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
So
Except
go
I'm
ahead and roll me
jerking
sleight
off.
of hand. Lotus is assisting, so you do have advantage.
Yeah. All right. 24.
24 very quickly. Like you would think, like Lotus was like for several minutes just like trying so hard and so delicately to get it into position, and he couldn't quite do it, and then you just go and you perfect,
There you go, Lotus.
precise.
I
You
clearly
can
have
see
some learning to
yourselves
do.
up on the wall. It almost looks like just your shadows up in there, and then you creep ever so slightly forward, and you see Alistair. Can you make me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Once you see Alistair raise a knife to your back, he actually does so.
That's weird. 14.
14.
Yeah.
They don't seem to understand. They're very nice ideas that the rest of your friends have about, oh, this is just the future that Endlin wants you to think is going to happen, or, oh, this is all fake. You've been a servant of Endlin for a very long time. You were raised in a household of servants of Endlin. She is not what could be. She is inevitable. And she is the very bitter end. And you need to explain to them
Oh shit.
how they should just go home.
I gotta explain to them why they should leave.
Yeah, they can stay and perform and try to strike a deal if they want. She'd love to see them perform, and it might even turn out well for them, but there's nothing they can do to change their futures.
I think everybody here knows, right, that this machine it's very complicated, and they didn't make this on the perchances that if she wanted to make the future happen, she wouldn't make a machine to show herself what she wanted. This is what's going to happen. I mean, unless unless we all just give up here, I guess, and go home.
How
Because
the hell would we do that?
Yeah, why would we do
because
that?
because you're not gonna be able to change it.
I don't believe that for a second.
I mean, if we kill
I mean,
her,
it doesn't really matter what you believe.
if we kill her, we can change it, right?
Did you see a
Yeah,
future
that's
where she was
kind of the
dead?
idea.
Because I didn't.
Well, I
We're
didn't
looking
see.
for that right now.
We
She
didn't
wasn't
see
really
her
in the
future.
future at all.
Yeah, crazy.
Snud, keep going.
It's because she is the future.
Okay.
You wind forward a little bit more into the future. Make me another wisdom saving throw, Alistair.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, we're on the right track. That's why
I
she's
got a
trying
4.
to stop us.
Oh yeah.
4.
I got a 4.
She is absolutely unkillable, and if they go out there, they will die.
Well, then her.
No. Because she's told you that you are going to be alone. That fundamentally, you don't love, and you are not loved. But maybe your friends don't have to die.
Listen, what if you guys just gave up now and went home? There's really no point in messing with it, and I'll take care of her.
On your
I
own.
don't. Well,
Alistair.
she's very strong, and I don't want you guys to die with me.
This is our mission, and you can't do it alone.
There's
we're all
no
here
fucking
together.
way you could do it alone.
But everybody here will die if we go together.
And if you die, all your children will be left alone.
I'll leave them
And
in
we
the
have a
hands of
better chance
Mephisto.
together.
If you go by yourself, then you're likely to die
That
like
doesn't sound like you at
100%.
all.
But if we go with you, then the likelihood is like, I don't know, 78%.
Like if you
Hey,
go,
yeah.
it's like 100% chance that she kills us all.
If
Well,
we
that's
all go
suspicious.
together, there's a 100% chance that we will win. We've gone up against 2 witches, and we've kicked both of their asses. The people of thither love us. They wrote a thank you message for us that they were too afraid to say. I'm gonna pull that thank you message out right now and read it. And he's gonna pull out a note that he was given by a dryad to us. A thank you note for saving their lives. And we don't want the people of Yon to go through the same turmoil that they went through. We want to end their suffering. We want to end our suffering, and we're going to save the fucking day. Is that not right, guys? I'm casting motivational speech, by the way. So, Alistair, you're about to have advantage on wisdom saving throws. You're welcome.
Hey.
Oh, no. Deanna.
Yeah.
Lotus knows that Alistair's been fucked with already.
Oh yeah, you can absolutely roll me an insight check.
Yeah. And
Not
he
a
just
high
said,
DC.
"I'm gonna leave my children in the hands of Mephisto." Now that doesn't sound right.
Wait, it is.
Wait.
So that's a total of, because I rolled terribly, 12.
12? Okay.
Yeah.
Something's fishy. You can draw your own conclusions. You don't know for sure just by looking at him, but you can make your own conclusions.
Okay. I mean, he thinks it regardless, but he was looking for proof. That's fine.
Yeah.
Alistair, are you sure your strings aren't making you say things?
Roll me another wisdom save immediately.
Because it seems like you're saying a lot of things that you wouldn't normally say.
Your DC has been lowering with what everyone has been saying to you, by the way.
Got a
And
17.
advantage. Don't forget that.
It's advantage.
With advantage.
You got a 17?
Yeah.
And real fast, we all get 10 temp hit points.
All right. All right.
Yay! Beautiful.
I used my
What a
4th level spell
speech.
slot for this, so
Holy shit.
it's the only one I had left.
Lovely. With a 17, with everything, it almost feels with the last few things that she has kind of guided you to do, let's say, it has felt like, oh, this is a reasonable thing to do. And then immediately after, oh, no, that's not right. That's not right at all. And now in this moment, as you are feeling this impending sense of this is completely unwinnable, I care about these people and I don't want them to die, these all felt like thoughts that you were having. But the more that your friends speak to you, you can feel, it almost feels like your clothes are being tugged on, or like you have a little itch in your spine that you can feel at your joints being tugged, and you can feel it happening to you now. And you know what she wants you to do.
I'm confused. Does this mean I...
You are aware, it doesn't necessarily mean that you think... Alistair has believed for most of his life that she is the inevitable end, so that might be something he still believes, but he now knows that that's what she wants him to say. He now knows that the things he said over the last couple of minutes are things that she wants him to say. Whether or not he still believes that's true is up to you.
Look, all I'm saying is, this witch likes puppets a lot, right? So, of course, someone that's running a puppet show knows how the puppet show is going to end. But what if you stop the puppeteer? What if you keep that from happening? What if you don't do what she wants you to do? What she's controlling you to do? Then it's not her future anymore, is it?
I think you're right. I think she was making me say those things. But in a way, I was still right. I still think there's a good chance everybody dies. And there's a good chance that the things she says are true and not indeed fake, because I've seen them come to life countless times before. I also think that I've spent my whole time here doing opposite of what she wants me to say, so I say we go and try and kill her.
In that case...
That sounds more like you.
Yeah.
You said all those strings are like attached to that machine, right?
Yeah, it looks like all the machine, they're like, they come out the top, but they go to her, and then she controls them. And if
we should blow it up, right?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, I think she's right above us.
Well, that's useful information.
Ah.
Yeah,
In
like
any case,
it looked like the
this machine
strings
is-
went like out, and then over there, and then down to me.
Do we need like magical scissors to cut the strings?
No, I've
I was
tried
just
cutting
gonna
them
blow up
many
the
a times.
machine.
It does not work.
How are we supposed to fight her if she can make us do things?
So far, Alistair's the only one that's been made to do stuff, but I imagine she'll probably be able to do stuff to us too.
We all have strings on us though, but I figure if we can, well,
How many people can she really control at once? That are
Wasn't
trying
there
to kill her actively.
wasn't there something about like a sun and a moon in the last thing that we were at?
Right?
Yeah, and isn't the order?
The poems, the riddles or whatever about
Yeah,
how
when the
witches
sun
can be
and the
defeated.
moon goes like this, then
Oh, when
you
they
know.
align?
Yeah.
Is that like some kind of metaphor for the present?
I don't know.
Like the moon's like the past and the sun's like the future?
Either that
Maybe
or
it's like an ellipse.
Can we roll some history to kind of remember what they were saying?
Yo, when's the next eclipse?
Sure, you can roll me a history and I'll tell you either way. Just roll a history so I can bring up the file that had the riddle on it.
All right, I got some history for you. 7.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Let me open that up. That'll take me a second. Continue your conversation.
I think
I'm gonna
it's
shoot
like
it.
when it happens, then like you know how we walked Widdershins and then Babylorna sneeze. I think it's like that.
A weakness.
Yeah.
Oh,
And if we
you're
can
trying-
find her weakness, then we can bring her down.
It's a good idea.
It's a good.
Oh,
Machine doesn't show her stuff. Can you try one more time and see if you can find us fighting her or talking to her, whatever?
I mean,
Yeah, let's do it.
Before I blow
Yeah.
this machine up, because I'm about to blow this machine up.
I turned the
machine's
levers.
got to show us like at least when the next eclipse is. You know, it's in everybody's future.
Okay. The riddle is, you cannot hope I'll ever die, nor that my will can go undone. Never can I say goodbye until the moon and sun are one.
Oh.
Yeah, an ellipse.
Ellipse.
I think it's eclipse.
Yeah, that.
I
An
read my
ellipse.
intelligence ring. Eclipse.
Close enough. When's the next one?
And they probably like I don't know. It's dark. How
The
can we tell?
Feywild doesn't really have time move.
Are you winding your way a little bit further into the future, Lotus, to try to find the very
Yeah.
next moment? You see your reflections stutter up on the wall, and I imagine you and Vincent would hear it first. First, a kind of fluttering sound of something shifting down the stairs where Alice.
No.
Own wall, but it sounds like
Hey,
Hi.
we're back.
yeah.
Are we, though?
It was just me. I was like, oh no.
Oh, it's all of us. Okay.
Yeah,
that's
I was
good.
like, really, it wasn't just me.
Just that eerie silence of
Yeah, I was like looking at the stream. I was like, no, is it frozen?
Am I okay? Is everybody back? Is everything all right?
yes.
Yeah, I think
we're
so.
almost
But the
in the
sound
right
of the
spots.
electric guitar and the bass and that little starting snare that seems to start up a band, The Heart's Desire, appears to be beginning to play on the other side of the wall. And you can see now in the shadows that are reflecting upon this cylindrical, this tower, you can see fluttering curtains that open at the base of the stairs. And over the top, instead of saying, not yet, perform.
All right, everyone, we gotta go to the curtains. It's our time.
Keep going.
Our time.
We need to see what happens because we need to see what she's trying to do.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I know for a
Wind
fact
forward.
mediocrity is not in my future. Let's fucking go.
You wind forward. Whose name is currently in the machine?
Mine.
Mine. Lotus jumps forward. You and Sasha in a field, holding hands, looking at the bright, wondrous
no,
sky of the
no.
material plane. You push back, fluttering curtains. Perform. You push the tiniest bit forward. You're standing hand in hand in the field, looking over at the bright sky of night.
You know what? Is she afraid? She doesn't know what's gonna happen with us. She keeps trying to make Alistair tell us to run away or make a deal with her, but she doesn't. She's not as confident as she seems. She's hidden this.
Do you think she knows that we're gonna kill her?
She knows that it's a possibility. Otherwise, she wouldn't have hit it.
I mean, she probably
If she really
said
was all
Genesis.
powerful, I would see my organs against that wall right now.
What do you see?
Make a dexterity save.
It's not working. She's hidden it. It's the curtains and then our happy future.
That's not fair. How come we can see our future, but you can't see yours?
I don't want to see whatever lies she has in this machine, or whatever will come to pass if we don't beat her, because that's not what's going to happen.
Well, I think everyone, it's time to perform.
That's a great idea. Let me go ahead. I'm going to look for a very nice, very intricate looking part of this machine. And I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt at the most sensitive looking piece of it. Try and destroy it. That's like radiant damage. That's pretty potent.
Go make me an Arcana check and then make me an attack roll. These will happen at the same time because you're doing it.
Okay. Arcana. So great at that. Yes. 11.
11? Okay, excellent. And then what's your guiding bolt?
To hit, that is a 13.
Beautiful. Go ahead and roll me damage.
Okay.
Because it's a stationary object, that'll definitely hit it.
Spells, guiding bolt, 46. Okay, that's 17 points of radiant damage.
17 points of radiant damage. You look at what is essentially an instrument that reflects time itself. That is a more powerful magical object than you have ever interacted with in your life.
Yeah.
And you blast that motherfucker.
Fuck this.
You guiding bolt it with this pure white celestial light that seems to envelop this small, delicate star at the top that seems to hold a lot of the scaffolding for this. And you watch as it envelops the star, feeds all the way through the machine, wraps into the lightning rod, and disappears. Alistair, you feel an intense burn, almost. It feels like when you... It's the burning equivalent of if you've ever gone on those rides where they like lift you up really high and then they just drop you. It's that plummeting feeling of intense, searing, oncoming pain that seems to be hurtling towards you. Your strings are visible and tangible while the guiding bolt runs through them. You may choose to cut your strings. You know that if you do, you will lose your connection with Endelyn, Witch of the Future, and lose all of the boons that she has given you. Mechanically, you will lose all of your warlock levels. But you will no longer be her pawn, and your life and your future are your own. What would you like to do?
I mean, damn.
Do I keep VALOR and stuff?
You have the sinking suspicion that you might never have gotten a real boon from VALOR outside of the psychic resistance. That sword made of silver wire might have come from someone else.
Weird. Yeah, bro, I cut it for the children.
Where do you normally keep your weapon?
On my hip.
On your hip? How do you, before I describe what happens, how are you choosing to cut these?
They're from all my joints, aren't they? Then I guess the easiest way would be to gather them all with one hand and then slice them all together with the other.
Beautiful. Do you use your blade to do this?
Yes.
As you slice through these threads, you completely separate yourself from the path that had been set before you, from childhood, from birth, who you were meant to be, alone and a tool to who you are now, surrounded by friends and your children and what you know is right. Your pact weapon is no longer a pact weapon. It is a weapon of vengeance. If you would choose to accept it, any of your warlock levels that you have just lost can be replaced with Oath of Vengeance Paladin, and your weapon can be used using your charisma modifier.
Oh, that's sick.
Are you gonna go Mephisto?
Absolutely not.
The oath is to vengeance.
The oath of
He
vengeance.
said absolutely not.
That's out of Mephisto's jurisdiction. He can go somewhere else with that.
I don't know. I use Mephisto for that.
I mean, absolutely. I am now a paladin of vengeance. Does my sword change?
Your sword, the silver threads fall from it, and it becomes a manifestation of who you are now. You tell me what your weapon looks like.
Bet. How do I put this? I'm a strong, independent man who don't need no woman to tell him what his future is. Who don't need
He's a man going his own way.
Oh my god.
That's right. I got 4 kids, and I'm raising these kids on my own. I don't need nobody else. 4 kids, just me.
Sounds like the Reba theme.
My sword will be a manifestation of all my children in one. So like the hilt has like dragon skin, and like off the hilt is like, as like the guard is like a lily pad, and then like the rapier point is Jeffrey's arms.
That's incredible. You all see this immense change happen to Alistair before you, and as you turn, you can see those curtains open, and you can hear that band, The Heart's Desire, led by Taz with Todd, blasting their way, and you... Could I introduce to you Bowman the Magnificent and the Witchlight Playwrights? Are you ready? They like him the best. Are you ready to walk through the curtains and face Endlin?
I'm ready. I'm gonna take a big bow first and then step through.
All right.
That worked better than expected.
Also, Alistair, are you sure you don't want your face, the your children's faces on your sword? I'm afraid not. Gave that.
Their faces on my sword?
Gave that example.
No, he's gonna get one of those really, really bad realistic tattoos of all of his kids.
Sleeve of all his kids.
God,
no. As each of you, do all of you step through the curtains and into the arena?
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna have double-fisted churros. Like, yeah!
As each of you step through, you all level up. And that is where I'm going to end tonight's session, because I have to prepare to beat the shit out of you.
And Dylan has to change his whole class.
Yeah.
You could not
Change
shit out of
I
us
will.
like
I will
you
talk with
wanted.
you, Dylan, about what your class looks like. You keep all of your sorcerer levels and everything. We can adjust stuff so that the build is comfortable. But yeah.
Before we go through,
sorcerer,
though,
man.
I pull a scroll out of my pocket and hand it to Nora.
Ooh.
What's this?
I'll tell you next week.
Damn.
Definitely remember to ask you about it then. Yes.
Yay! Oh, I'm so excited. This is gonna be so fun. Okay. Let me bring up my closing announcements. We're gonna talk about this on the after show, I'm sure, which goes up on our YouTube. Be sure to check out our YouTube, everybody. But before we head into that, I'm gonna do our closing announcements and thank yous, and Dylan is gonna do his thank yous, and we will see you all. Okay. So, if If you enjoyed our show and you like what we do here and you love us all as individuals, thank you so much. You can follow us on social media if you use command socials, or you can follow us each individual if you use command Ironcast. You can bring up our own individual socials. If you enjoyed this show, or if you enjoy any of the other shows on our channel, please consider supporting us with a sub or use your free Twitch Prime sub. Follows and subs and that kind of thing are the absolute best way to show your support and let us know that you like what we do and we should keep doing what we're doing. You can also follow us on YouTube to catch up with our VODs there. If you're not subbed here, you can use command YouTube to bring that up. Our after shows also go up there. Sometimes we have little behind the scenes stuff and cool videos that we've made, which is awesome. Otherwise, if you want to check out other things that we do on Monday nights, we have Fate's End, which is a homebrew Dungeons & Dragons campaign. I am in, Danny is in, and Raina is in. We are currently wrapping up our Feywild arc and running into the finale face first, where we have to deal with the apocalypse. It'll be a great time. I'm gonna kill my dad. Finn's dad is probably gonna die. Brianna's doing pretty well, except that she might turn into a tree. Like, things are going, I think, generally okay, right? No concerns here. Otherwise, you can join us again next Wednesday when I will do my best to absolutely kill the party. So if you want them to live, maybe show up. Maybe show them some blessings. Maybe show them some curses to me. I don't know, whatever you want to do. Show your support. Show your support. Otherwise, we have things like short rests that show up every once in a while, which is usually Danny and I playing dating sims together, but oftentimes we'll have people come on and play video games or chat or doodle or whatever folks are up to that week. If you're interested in seeing when we do stuff like that, definitely follow us on our Twitter and our other social media, because updates about what we're up to go there. Otherwise, our regular shows, Monday and Wednesday nights. I think that's all I have to jib-jab-jabber about. So I'm going to gingerly put you in the hands of our new baby paladin and all of his vengeance, so he can say thank you to people and also throw us into a red.
This looks like we just got some last minute support in here. A little bit of a last minute shout out. Well, first I got Game Player 3009 with the 1 month with the 1 month sub, but for 17 months in a row. Saying, geez, that was quick. Thank you. And then I got somebody called Afraid Not coming out here with 5 community gift subs last minute to Chaotic Platypus, AM Crenshaw, God_mode, The Real Merca Manor, Meerkat Manor? The
Meerkat Manor follows?
Oh god, we used to love Meerkat Manor.
And Dustin
Daisy.
C29. Thank you. But I still expect more luck and blesses out of y'all. Not a single one? All night?
They just trust me to be kind to you, I think.
Okay. You're wrong, man.
All right. All right. Wait till Christian gets here. He's the judge, jury, and executioner of those that shall not luck and those who do not curse. He's going to remember this. I'm going to let him know. But until then, I'm going to find someone to raid, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.